Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Witcher 3. On the last stream, we made our way to the Blood and Wine DLC. We're in Toussaint, and we're tracking down what the locals are calling the Beast, which ended up being a higher vampire, who is killing older knights, and I don't think we found out his motivation yet. But we did figure out he was a vampire, and we killed one of his vampire lady friends, which he was not too happy about. So we're probably not his best friend, but we do have a vampire friend named Regis who saved us. So we've got something going for us. Let's load into the game. Hey Kyle, hey Nerd, hey Mana yesterday. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the stream. Hello Zello. Alrighty, so we left off in this warehouse where I got my butt kicked, and Regis saved me. I do not know who this Regis person is, but clearly they're from a previous game. I think, oh right, if I remember correctly, we saw him die. I don't know if when he died, Geralt knew he was a vampire. I assume he did. But yeah. He thought he was dead and gone, but he's still here.
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Yes, you must allow me to ply my trade. Hello, everybody. Oh my god, I finally made it to a stream. I love your vids. They've helped me so much. Good to hear, Godslayer, and welcome to the stream. Always good to hear my walkthroughs are being helpful. Or Let's Plays. Alright, so when the heck am I? I ended up... Wow, this is a big city. Alright, so I ended up in the middle of the city. I guess it's Beauclair. I think it's Beauclair. Because that's the Beauclair Palace. Alright, and then where did we initially come in? We came in over... Sorry, there's... something in my throat. I went running and my body is rebelling. I'm trying to figure out where I came into Toussaint. I swear I'm not dying. Alright, so there's the inn. There's the wind. I thought I like came in from the border, but I guess I just came in like right around here. Wow, this is a big DLC. I guess I really shouldn't be surprised, but yeah. All right, let's take a look at our quest so we can remember what we're up to. So we have our main quest to meet Regis at Mare Le Chaiselon Cemetery. We have a quest to get all the Gwent cards for the Skellige deck, which is new. We have a Gwent tournament. Wine Wars, go to the place where the auction will be held. Auction for what? Clerk was seeking all manner of vagabonds, knight errants, and mercenaries. I don't remember the details of this one. What's this one? Someone was looking for help. Okay. Then there's Mutual of Beauclair's Wild Kingdom. Meet the merchants at the camp. Let's see. Merchant's Guild was beset by some beast. We need to help them. The Warble of a Smitten Knight. This one. Oh, we gotta visit Guillaume. The guy who got his butt kicked in the arena. Then we saved him. No place like home. That's to go to our new estate, which we just received. And Big Game Hunter. Someone was seeking the aid of some unnamed Witcher. But, oh, that's right. Someone was seeking me by name. I forgot about that. Well, we should probably go talk to Guillaume. So he's in the medic's tent. Where is that? Oh, Regis was mentioned in the first game. This is where he makes his first appearance. Interesting. All right. So he's up there. Oh, there's the tourney grounds. Well, while I'm in the city, I do want to explore a bit. A lot. But we'll make our way there as we explore the city. And probably become horribly over-encumbered. As we are wont to do. Feeling better than on Friday? I'm trying to remember what was going on Friday. I was a bit tired on Friday, if that's what you mean. I feel immensely better in that regard. Oh, we got new books. A Code Dulo. Noblemen, presented below is a set of rules for dueling which every self-respecting gentleman should follow. Although their nature is that of an honorable agreement, failure to respect them shall bring infamy and shame to the name of the dueler and exclude him from all respectable social circles. This code applies throughout the whole of the Duchy of Toussaint. Course of the duel. 1. The parties present their seconds. Each of the parties is entitled to 1 second. What, like a backup? 2. The parties decide whether the duel ends when first blood has been drawn or when one of the parties surrenders. Let it be remembered that in Toussaint, by order of Her Enlightened Highness, duels fought till last blood are punished by immediate imprisonment. And 3. The challenged party selects the weapons for the duel. The challenger is obliged to accept the choice of the challenged party. 4. The parties duel according to the rules agreed upon. The seconds ensure proper course of the duel. 5. When the duel is over, the seconds announce the winner and the loser. Alright, so the second is just like a referee. Note, it is strictly forbidden to put forth any claims, blood revenge included, based upon defeat in the duel. The duel is commonly regarded as an instance putting a definite end to the dispute. Alright, and then there was another book on hunting basilisks, a compendium. In our lands, that is to say, in the fair Duchy of Toussaint, the hunting of basilisks has a long and storied tradition, one reaching back to the dawn of our present history. Attesting to this is a note written by one Zenon of Tritium, a leatherworker in the year 1023. In it, one finds mention of a commission for a corset, to be fastened from hide of that winged serpent called Basilicus by some. See Vedetto Fiari, manuscripts through the ages, 1278. While lesser hides could come from beasts felled by age or hunger, the costliness and expanse of this corset would have necessitated the skin of a basilisk taken in its prime, and therefore required a hunt. Without the engagement of a witcher, or as a last resort, a knight or a mercenary, such a hunt would have perforce meant the gruesome death of the foolhardy hunter. Yet those adept at the task, witchers chief among them, hunted basilisks and their cousins, cockatrices, with great success, thinning their numbers till a mere handful remained. To give but one example, in the year 1100, basilisks of the Regulus platinum subspecies dotted skies all across our land. Yet in the present day, only one exemplar still lives. Alright, I played RE4 on Friday. I was thinking Friday was a Witcher stream for some reason. Oh, we got new books. Kiki Moore's Truths and Myths About the Insidious Insectoids. Oh, I got us a bestiary entry. Observation has shown the Kikimores are the most organized and hierarchical of the post-conjunction insectoids. Their workers follow the orders of warriors. They are all subjects of the queen, which seems to control the behavior of all members of the swarm, even though she remains hidden deep in the ground. Considering the small size of this species' cerebral ganglia, which functions as a brain, one may hypothesize that Kikimores possess a sort of hive mind, making them similar to ants. Oh, bestiary entry added for warriors and workers. Alright, we have not encountered Kikimores yet, so those are new. Insectoids. Alright, so Kikimore warrior. Then the Kikimore princess summoned all her loyal sisters and off they went. Together they charged the enemy, trying to harm their queen. the Kikimor Princess, and the Mountain Giants. Cornelius Briggs, Dwarven Children's Fable, Fragment. It is unknown how exactly it is Kikimors communicate with each other. Autopsies are hampered by the high toxicity of their subjects. Scholars have established that Kikimors do not seem to possess any detectable oracles, whatever that means. One amateur researcher, Count de Salvares, put forth a theory in his treatise, A Microscope Among Monsters, suggesting Kikimors have a highly developed sense of smell and use airborne particles undetectable to humans to transmit information. This theory has yet to be proved or disproved. Kikimor warriors defend their nests from attackers. They attack somewhat slower than Kikimor workers. They are able to spew streams of caustic venom a great distance and leap to attack. This venom is highly unique in that it reacts with a Witcher's body to raise the level of his potion toxicity. That's interesting. They are covered with thick, hard armor, which easily deflects blows from even the sharpest sword. Kikimor warriors are protected by swarms of workers, which obey their orders until they are themselves eradicated. They are completely immune to the effects of the Axii sign, but vulnerable to Igni, oils and bombs harming insectoids, and blows dealt by a silver sword. So let's see. Oil, obviously. White honey. I thought white honey just cleared statuses on you, but maybe they mean that because of the toxicity. And Igni. Alright. And then Kikimor workers. The old fool came home all black and blue, claiming Kikimors had attacked him in the woods. Who does he take me for? His mates worked him over because he cheated a Gwent. If it had been Kikimors, he'd be dead, and I'd have peace at last. Lavinia, wife of a Beauclair innkeeper. Kikimors form colonies, making them similar to communal insects such as ants. A Kikimor colony is ruled by a queen and organized into something of a social hierarchy. Kikimor workers take care of hunting food and bringing it back to the nest, while Kikimor warriors defend the nest against attackers. A worker on its own can be easily killed by even a weak person or child. It is rare indeed, however, to come across an isolated individual. For Kikimor, workers usually move in groups of a few to a dozen or so members. The only defense against a swarm of Kikimors available to a normal person is to flee, and not even that is guaranteed to work. Kikimor workers listen to orders given by Kikimor warriors. On command, a swarm of workers might begin burrowing tunnels near potential prey to allow for a surprise mass attack. Eliminate the warrior guiding a swarm, however, and the workers will disperse and cease digging. Kikimor workers are nimbler and quicker than warriors. They show complete immunity to the Axii sign, and when they dig tunnels, they are invulnerable to all the other signs as well. Poison also does them no harm. A good method for fighting them is to use the Igni sign, as well as oils and bombs meant to damage insectoids. Alright, so oil, white honey again, and Igni. Alright. And we got another new book, Alps, Bruxa's Dangerous Cousins. Bruxa, however that's pronounced again. Oh, now I got us another bestiary entry. In the course of my research into Bruxa, I have stumbled upon certain inconsistencies that in no way correspond with what we already know about these dangerous vampires. My investigations have revealed that these seemingly erroneous accounts were in fact describing an Alp, not a Bruxa. It is an extraordinary discovery, a true milestone in the classification of these monsters. Even though legends tell of these vampires turning into pitch-black hounds or venomous toads, personally I do not believe an Alp is capable of such polymorphy. However, it is almost certain that, similar to a Bruxa, an Alp may transform itself into a beautiful woman. This ability allows the species to blend seamlessly into crowds. To think that I may have passed such a monster completely unawares. Fascinating. One of the fundamental differences between Alps and Bruxa is their fighting style when in the form of a vampire. Alps also possess the ability to turn into fog, which allows them to move noiselessly and attack by surprise. Most likely, this is the root of the name common folk have given them, fleetlings. Alright, so we got an entry for Alps. Vampire Central here. Oh, and we also got Deflaf von der Eritine. He kicked my butt. It was horrifying to watch. That gentleman suddenly turned into a ghastly beast with claws and tore those men to shreds with the precision of a master butcher. A witness to Detlof's attacks. Detlef is a higher vampire and one of the most terrifying creatures the world has ever known. Some vampires of his sort live among men easily and inconspicuously, sometimes even gaining the respect and admiration of their community. Yet even the most civilized vampire can be incredibly dangerous if provoked, and Detloff was far from civilized. When in his two-legged form, Detloff strikes in surprising and unique ways, so one must be extremely alert and attentive. His razor-sharp claws, wielded with great strength and precision, are his chief weapons. Yet he can also wield weapons of human devising with extraordinary skill. Like all higher vampires, Detloff can turn into fog and envelop opponents. When fighting a vampire in this form, one must watch out for magic puddles and attacks from the air. When wounded, Detloff tends to assume his winged form, using these powerful appendages to stun his foes near effortlessly. One must remember higher vampires are immortal creatures and thus do not fear for their lives while fighting, meaning they take every risk. They are able to turn invisible and can regenerate strength during combat. All in all, they are supremely difficult foes, even for a Witcher. So, vampire oil, black blood, and Quinn. Alright, then we have Alps, which we have not seen yet. Looked like a Bruxa, but that was no Bruxa. Fragment of a conversation between the alderman of Falkwane and a Witcher. Alps are vampires that resemble Bruxa in appearance. They are called phantoms by some, a name which fits well enough. For like phantoms, they haunt and torment men. They usually take on the form of a woman, though they can also appear as animals. They are most often found prowling near villages. They attack at night and are most active when the moon is full. Alp saliva can make one fall asleep, and when applied to a sleeping man, can invoke horrible nightmares. Some suggest they are the cause of legends about men who go to sleep healthy and are found in the morning white as snow, not a drop of blood in their veins. In combat, Alps displays supernatural speed and incredible, even by vampire standards, stamina. One must aim one's sword with great precision, for Alps are unequaled in the art of evading blows. The Erden sign is recommended, for it weakens an Alp's defenses. Another strategy is to drink the black blood potion, for Alps suck the blood of their victims to deprive them of strength and regenerate their own powers. Unlike Bruxa, Alps cannot turn invisible, yet like Bruxa, they emit a shrieking noise whose shockwave can incapacitate. Their greatest asset is their agility, and they can leap with uncanny lightness that appears to border on the power of flight. When in human form, they easily blend in with the surrounding community, which makes them very dangerous indeed. So, they've got weakness to moon dust, vampire oil, black blood, and Erden. Alrighty, so. What else do we have in this house?
What a specimen. He scared the fright out of me. 4. Oh, does the word mean anything to you?
Why are these gold? Is there extra special? Cool. Alright, we've seen those green armor die. That's
What
new.
a specimen.
Can I dye my armor now?
Fright out of me.
We've seen those books. Locked.
Long live Duchessa Anna Henrietta.
Oh, there's a quest or something up ahead. What's this?
Sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Stamp says postage paid, so get lost. Oh, I can give the kid a tip. Here, your tip.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Alright, we got another quest. Turn and face the strange. See, this feels more like The Witcher. My quest log is filling up very quickly. Let's see. Turn and face the strange. It was a warm summer evening, or perhaps a cool yet sunny morning. The weather and time are of no import. What matters is that day Geralt received a letter from Yennefer, who informed him about a most unusual discovery she had recently made. She had found mention of research conducted by a Professor Moreau on Witcher mutations. It seemed this professor's workshop could be found in Toussaint. Geralt realized the importance of this discovery, decided to find this laboratory. The first step would be to find the professor's journal, which, according to Yen, had been buried with him. Alright, we'll do that later. Letter about Yennefer. I think they just... Yeah, that was just what she read aloud. Alright, so there's an inn nearby. Let me look at my map again. Yeah, we'll head towards the end.
This is Beauclair.
Okay. This is Beauclair. He felt the need to explain. Locked, locked. I'm just looting people's houses. It's what I do when I'm not slaying monsters. I don't gotta do that. I got like no family here and I'm single and young. Unlike this retirement home of a chat. Hey now! You young whippersnappers. Oh, we got some new books. A Fire and Stone. They got a lot of new books in Toussaint. Oh, that got me a bestiary entry. Sphera Mundi is divided into 4 elemental planes. The plane of earth, the plane of water, the plane of air, and the plane of fire. Earth and water together form our planet, around which circulates air. Above air stretches the ether. Fiery air, or in short, fire. Past fire lie the subtle sidereal heavens known collectively as the firmamentum, which are of a spherical nature. That is where erratica sidera, drifting stars, and fixa sidera, fixed stars, reside. The elemental planes are inhabited by creatures which can be summoned by use of magic. They are gnomes, sylphs, salamanders, and odinates, all of which belong to the category commonly known as elementa, elementum in the singular. Alright, so said we got bestiary entries. Which ones? Well, Sylvan? No, we've seen Sylvans before, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, that one guy that was acting like a god was a Sylvan, wasn't he? Did we ever look at Shaelmars? I don't think we did. Yeah, I don't know if we looked at these. Maybe we didn't look at Sylvan either. Well, whatever, it's short. Sylvans are cruel, greedy, and treacherous. Still, I prefer them to Doln, Yavin, legendary Scoia'tael commander. Sylvans and Yakshas, a kindred species, are extremely rare woodland creatures whose appearance combines traits of goats and rotund men. These beings usually pose little danger, for they limit their contact with humans to playing harmless, though often bothersome tricks and eating crops from their fields. And then there's Shaelmars. The Earth's innards are home to mighty strange and fearsome beasts. Were they ever to decide to ramble up to the surface, we'd all be gutted the very first day of the invasion. Ramus Vindenrats, Mahakam Foreman. Shaelmars spend most of their lives deep underground, having no contact with the world up above. At times, however, a Shaelmar will dig its way to the surface and devour any men within its reach. Some Shaelmars also burrow tunnels close to the surface, collapsing buildings and causing tremors in the process. Since Shaelmars are blind, they find their way by sensing vibrations and listening for sounds. Thus, the best tactic when fighting such a monster is to hurl something heavy or noisy against a nearby boulder or wall, then pray silently that the beast will roll towards the sound and knock itself out upon striking into the obstacle. Weak to Samum, Relict Oil, and Ard. And then there's the Shaelmar from the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Gladiator fights in massive arenas are a popular form of entertainment in Nilfgaard. Usually the fighters are slaves, specially trained for this purpose. Yet at times the arena masters pit humans against monsters. The Shaelmar Geralt had to fight in the tourney grounds was a present from the Emperor to his relative, Duchess Anna Henrietta. It had been caught while young and prepared for its ultimate purpose by Nilfgaardian trainers. That does not mean it was tame, however. In fact, its wildness and inborn ferocity had not been dulled one whit. Like all creatures of its species, it was blind but could unerringly pinpoint its opponent's location using echolocation. The Shaelmar had thick armor and near impenetrable skin. It could also roll into a ball and charge its opponents. Its underbelly, however, was relatively vulnerable and became exposed when its charge failed. In the end, though the fight was long and difficult, Geralt defeated the Shaelmar, and when the Duchess called from the stands for him to finish the beast off, he duly dealt the final blow. Which I thought about not doing, but given the circumstances, I figured I should. And we still didn't figure out what was new. Something in Elemental was new. Imp. Wait, what is this? Oh. Did we ever look at this? I remember this guy in Novigrad. Ah, screw it, let's look. Really want to see an angry Witcher? Do you? Conversation overheard on the streets of Novigrad. The imp pestering the merchants of Novigrad turned out to be a Doppler. These monsters usually avoid confrontation, to everyone's great relief, for when penned, they become extremely dangerous. Fighting them quickly turns into a fight against oneself, or to be precise, against a mirror image gifted with one's own strengths and abilities. In a conflict with such even odds, only luck or destiny decides the victor. Geralt has an extra helping of both, and so won his fight against the Doppler doppelganger, and after a moment of hesitation, killed him. True, the monster had noble motives for his deeds, but that did not make him any less dangerous. Wham-a-wham, I forgot about him. A Morntart? What was this? And Lindenvale. I don't remember Morntart at all. Maybe that, actually, that might have, I think I do remember, actually. Alright. An Ignis Fatuus? What? When did I fight these things? Oh, is this the one in the Velen Swamp? I think that was him. And a Baya? Where was this one? Kertrolde? Huh. I've done so many things, I can't remember them all. Salma, I remember her. She was the one in Novigrad. I think. Opinicus? What the heck? When did I fight this? An Arch Griffin. Do you guys remember these? Because I don't. I don't remember this Arch Griffin, Opinicus. Let's see. Where was it? It's apparently near Oxenford? Okay. Melusine, I remember her. Ice elementals, golems, gargoyles, fire elementals, earth elementals, djinns. Nothing seemed new there. Alright, I don't know what was apparently new. How old am I? I am 36. Or over 9,000. I'm just 21, huh? I wish. Can you make that happen, Ace? I'd appreciate that. Alright, well, I don't know if any of these were new. I'm gonna assume not. Alright, what was that other book? The Fall of Hubert Ballast. In the sun-drenched duchy of Toussaint, near the Coronata vineyard, lay the estate of Baronet Hubert Ballast, an honorable knight in the service of Duchess Adamarta. Hubert served as a knight-errant for many years, and vows were his greatest delight. He swore to do things so grand they curdled blood of other knights. The Duchess finally recognized his courage and not only awarded him with an honorary title, but also granted him land. Hubert thus had a place of his own on which to settle down and wait till his time came with dignity. He could find himself a wife and sire descendants, as befits every self-respecting hero. Unfortunately, once he had lain down his sword and shield, Baronet Ballast began to seek other diversions. And so he indulged in games of card and dice, and at times even bet on dogfights. Then one day, when fortune abandoned him, he decided to bet not 1 or 2 gold pouches, but in fact his family's entire estate, and he lost everything. To add to this already unhappy state of affairs, Hubert Ballast, who was not one to take defeat lightly, flew into a fit of blind passion, donned his armor, and enlisted at once. Fortune, alas, smiled no more favorably upon him at war than it did at play, and an arrow found its way to Hubert's leg. Then he died of gangrene. If you could, you'd make yourself 21 first. Alright, so that's everything here. Is this multiple levels? It was. Did I look in here? I don't remember. Ah, yes. Yes, I did.
Let me live.
Not even remotely threatening you. What are you talking about? What was this? Never have you seen such a tournament, for such a tournament's never been held. All lovers of Gwent are invited to come compete against players from all over the world. In addition, this tournament shall be your chance to play the new and exciting Skellige faction. Count Monnier will be expecting you at the Pheasantry. Oh, and we're at the Pheasantry. Interesting. I don't know if I'm up for a Gwent tournament at the moment.
Sight any sign of the beast! Report it to the ducal guard post-haste!
Around here, it's wine, wine, and more wine. But me...
Ah!
Still waters run deep.
What in the world? I think something's happened. There's been a wardrobe malfunction.
We shall
You guys ever seen this
remember
before?
the scars of that witch's visit.
That's interesting.
The tournament. Am I too late to
Still
sign up?
waters
With one slot
run
free
deep.
for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck.
All right, we'll come back here later. I do want to do this tournament, but not at the moment. High society fashion, you wouldn't understand. It's fair. You know, that wouldn't even surprise me, except for the missing legs. Hey, James, it has been a while. How you been? How have you been? All right, this is the inn, I think. Or no? Nope, this is a pastry shop. I take your chocolate souffle. I take all of your souffles.
Salutations.
And a croissant. Surprised the guards aren't getting mad, but I guess they're not close enough to see me.
Muddied boots, greasy hair, blood on his jacket. What slaughter!
How dare you? She insulted my
What's
attire.
new, Silverlocks? Looking for diversion? You look thirsty. Ooh, thirsty indeed.
Summoning a witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights would have chopped liver?
This is definitely an interesting town. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's bad luck.
Uncle says if I'm bad, he'll give me to the witches.
Letter from opponents of new Gwent faction. To the cocksucking scrote sniffer organizing this fucking disgrace of a tournament. Oh my god, that's the best a way to just jump into a rant ever. To the cocksucking scrote sniffing sniffer organizing this fucking disgrace of a tournament. Monnier, you cunt of a count. It's bad enough you go ruining our cherished game, but now you've the bollocks to put on a public tournament where the hallowed rules of Gwent are openly flouted? You might as well have took a reesty dump on the graves of our ancestors. Folk who don't respect tradition don't deserve my respect either, so shut your fucking freak show down now, or I'll shut it down for you and beat your daft hide into a bloody pulp while I'm at it. And don't think this is an idle threat. Note this letter is signed, because I'm not some fucking coward blowing off steam and anonymity, but an outraged citizen ready to take matters into his own hands. And there's a shite-load of others ready to do the same with me. With no fucking regards whatsoever, Yaki. That dude's a little angry.
Oh, that's bad luck.
These knights of ours should turn their attentions to the Vantigils, not parade about in tourneys.
This is a representation of my Letter to Capcom about RE4. Accurate.
I must see a medic.
Purple armor die. Yeah, I think that dies are new. Noble Houses of Toussaint, volume... What is L again in Greek? Is that 50? 57, maybe? I can't remember what L is. I think it's 50. Sangriel, alternatively Sangril, literally royal blood. The legendary line which some trace back to the first lords of the lands now lying in Toussaint and northwestern Hochland. The first mention of Wilhelm the Bold, this line's founder, comes from Elven manuscripts found during reconstruction of the Beauclair Palace in 1095. Since this source, like all things Elven, is unreliable and should not be taken into consideration by historians, the existence of House Sangriel must be considered a mere fable. Salvarez, or Salvarez, D of the Regulus Platinum Crest. This line takes its name from Salvar the Lame, who was made a count in the year 1189 by Duchess Caroberta for his service in the ducal throne. The D Salvarez line's crest depicts a Regulus Platinum, one of the so-called silver basilisks whose existence is highly suspect. Its classification as a species considered erroneous by most zoologists. Torricella of the Two Towers crest, an ancient line whose founders most likely first settled the lands of present-day Toussaint around the year 984. They waged fierce war against the elves until the 6th decade of the 11th century, when all of what is now Toussaint fell under human control. And then The Wondrous World of Insectoids, a supplement. And that gave us another bestiary entry. Let it be known, there exists no being more wondrous than the giant centipede. Verily, I say unto you, blind is he who fails to see their evolutionary advantage over all other species. After all, is there another creature so perfectly adjusted to living under the ground, as well as on top of it? Another being able to pelt through passages invisible to the naked eye and construct stunning subterranean cities? Verily, I say unto you, let us bow before the divinity of 1,000 limbs before it is too late. Let us shelter behind the chitin thorax, on which the swords of our enemies shall break. Let us bring nourishment for the great mandible. Let us devote ourselves to those wonderful giants, these titanic insectoids, these scolopendromorphs. Let us resemble Shalmars, their humble servants, who make it possible for this grand species to become even stronger and even greater. Our toil shall be rewarded, I promise you this. Praise the great mandible. Giant centipedes. Apparently there's like a cult, or at least one dude worshipping them too. I'm gonna assume that's a relict. I assume it's above just insectoids, but maybe not. I guess not. Alright, send insectoids. Giant centipedes, there they are. That is giant. Among the fascinating flora and fauna of the Duchy of Toussaint, one also encounters creatures of the decidedly unpleasant sort, such as giant centipedes. Not only do these beasts look hideous to the eye, they can do colossal damage to the flesh as well. I decidedly advise against them. A visit to Toussaint, one of the many guides authored by Peterin Saffels. Giant centipedes are enormous, insect-like monsters which can be found in many places in the world, but are particularly common in the lands, or more precisely under the lands, of Toussaint. There they often dwell in close comity with Shalmars, for a sort of monstrous symbiosis has developed between them. Giant centipedes feed on the small creatures which eat Shalmar dung. Hard, chitinous armor covers nearly the entire body of a giant centipede. Sticking out from under his or sticking out from under this carapace are rows of hooked limbs. Giant centipedes are able to burrow into the ground with shocking speed, only to then appear back on the surface in another place. Once they select a target, they will circle it determinedly, trying to get close enough to deliver a blow. They attack primarily with their powerful mandibles, but they also possess glands allowing them to spew acid. The greatest obstacle when fighting giant centipedes is their thick armor, which deflects most blows not only from weapons, but also from magical means, such as those dealt by simple spells or witcher signs. When attacked with a weapon, they will often parry the strike, then quickly reply with their own forceful counter. Thus, the best method for fighting them is to catch them in a Earden trap, keeping them from protecting themselves with their armor or burrowing into the ground. So, not much to use against them, just insectoid oil and Earden. Lots of books here in Toussaint. Got false teeth. I don't know what false teeth we're doing in a... I was gonna say in a child's room, but I guess it's not. It's just a child's toy. Go faster, Geralt. There we go. He wouldn't move.
I've always dreamt of traveling to the north.
I want to see some people just walking around with baguettes. I feel like that would be appropriate. Laura Doran and the Cregennan of Laud? Love knows no bounds, the saying claims. History knows no better proof of this adage than the romance between Laura Doran and Cregennan of Laud. She, a powerful elven sage, bearer of the elder blood, promised to the great Avlok. He, a human mage of great talent and humble birth. She, able to live centuries, if not millennia. He, likely to live no more than 70 years and 10, like each of us. They should have hated each other, scorned each other. Instead, they burned for one another with powerful love. Heedless to the war raging around them, to the condemnations and curses raining down on them from all sides, they led a humble and happy life. Soon Laura was with child. A babe born of Laura and Cregennan might have joined the best of both races, united them at long last. Alas, this was not to be. Humans considered Cregennan a traitor and a renegade. They demanded he abandon Laura. And when he refused, they decided to murder them both. Cregennan died while Laura, still heavy with child, escaped with her life. She ran to Tredegor to beg succor and support from Caro, Queen of Redania. What then came to pass? Here, elven and human sources diverge, presenting two irreconcilable versions. According to the chroniclers of the I forgot how to pronounce that. Is it Anshe? It's like way different than it's sounded out. I think it's Anshe. Anyways, according to the chroniclers of the Anshe, her pleas did not soften the stony Don hearts, the hearts of merciless and cruel humans. When Laura pleaded for mercy, if not for her, or when Laura, pleading for mercy, if not for her, then at least for her child, clutched on the door of the royal carriage, the queen ordered her maimer to strike with his sword and cut off her fingers. That night, crushed by a fierce frost, Laura breathed her last sigh on a hill in the woods, giving birth to a daughter whom she protected with the fading embers of her own warmth. Human legends, however, have Cero saying, Ask not me for grace. Ask instead those whom you have harmed with your magic. Brave you were when you wrought those foul deeds. Brave be you now, when the pursuit of justice nears. Your sins are not in my power to forgive. In reply, Laura said, My doom is at hand, but yours, Queen, is also nigh. Remember Laura Dornan in that terrible hour, Queen. Remember her death and her curse. And know that my curse will hound you and your seed. To the 10th generation will it damn your line. Wherein lies the truth cannot be said. Both versions are surely false, for both seek to blacken their enemy. Sad is Laura's end. The hate between races, which Kreganon wished so badly to end, is now so strong that its darkness has forever obscured the truth of her fate. I always found that name to be weird. Like, they all have, like, very elven names, and then, like, the progenitor of the Elder Blood is named Laura. Laura Doran. Just does not sound elven to me at all. Florins, a whole 2. Some purple armor die. Oh, and there's die remover too. Well, good. If you screw up your die, you can remove it. Oh, that reminds me. There was another bestiary entry I didn't look at, wasn't there? Or was there? I can't remember. Alright, no, I guess that was for the giant centipede, which I did look at. Alright, never mind. Wait, where am I? I'm turned around. I end up in another section of the house, or am I dumb? No, just dumb. What happened here? Oh, he's just drunk. I thought he was dead.
The North must be a terribly barbaric land.
Oh, Pecorito.
Locked. Locked.
Never you worry.
The
The air
Duchess
here is
summoned
such
him.
that one is
I
never...
wonder what for.
This DLC is huge. It's like a standalone Witcher game. It's looking like that.
He's no hero. That's the Butcher of Blaviken.
Why not upgrade some alchemy? I guess we can look. I don't know if I have too much that I can upgrade, if anything. Yep, nothing. What DLC is this? Blood and Wine. Oh, they're inside of each other. Okay.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher. He's no hero. That's the Butcher of Blaviken.
How does everybody know what I was up to in Blaviken? I'll never escape that.
Colors I would see on the Duchy's
Oh,
banners.
that's bad
Red,
luck.
white, and rose.
You will now correct yourself on how many plots you have. 52. Dude, you're falling further and further behind. What are you doing? I thought you were supposed to be catching me. What happened? Have you finally officially given up? Do you accept your fate? Did I already go in here? Shockingly empty. I must have been in here before. Yeah, I must have. Do you want me to crush you? I want you to either actually try or give up. That's what I want. I want you to either accept your defeat or actually catch me. The heck happened in here? Oh, I'm like in some sort of like hospital or something? I don't want to hear your excuses, General. You've been catching me for like 3 years. I don't believe you anymore.
What a specimen. Scared the fright.
Alright, so I came from the docks, did I not? I think I did. So let's go this way. Oh, actually, what's over here? I can catch you easily. Then why haven't you? It's been 3 years. I don't believe you anymore.
A fruitful hunt to you.
Your words mean nothing.
A fruitful hunt to you.
8 doublets, none of which are suitable to show myself in.
You got the platinum for Alan Wake 2 today? Congrats. Did you like it? Was it fun?
Flashing place.
You guys hear these excuses from General?
By the barrel. Peace and quiet.
That's all he's got to offer. Excuses. At one point, oh, what's this? The Ducal Chronicles, 2nd Amended Edition. Ducal Chronicle, tome, once again, I think L is 50, so tome 56. Lamas Seovine, 1,268 excerpts. 2nd edition amended. In the month preceding the celebrations surrounding the Festival of the Vat, the Ducal Chapel and a delegation of notables embarked on a neighborly visit to the court of Queen Calanthe of Sintra. The visit had both a social and a political dimension, for the Duchess was hoping Queen Calanthe would follow the dictates of international protocol and repay with a visit of her own, preferably during the above-mentioned festival, thus gracing the celebration with her royal presence. The Ducal couple was accompanied by their daughter, Henrietta. It is worth mentioning here that the infant is sprouting like a beanpole, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find her a husband. Time will surely add to her charms. As for character and imagination, she is not lacking either quality in the least. And then Journal of Research into Arc Spores. And that gave us another bestiary. Day 1, I have stumbled upon an extremely curious species, the venomous arch spore. So far, I have managed to distinguish 3 of its varieties, distinguished by colors: green, the most common, yellow, and finally black, which not only exhibit the most aggression, but also show the extraordinary ability to pollinate plants near instantaneously. Day 5, my research into arch spores continues. I think I have reached the point where observation is no longer enough to bring satisfying results. The species attacks mainly using a mandible located in the center of its flower. Although when highly threatened, it may also spit toxic fluid. I was also able to discover arch spores are particularly sensitive to fire, which may prove a useful piece of information regarding how to neutralize them if necessary. Day 6, I have made up my mind. Tomorrow, I shall try to obtain a sample of the fluid. I have already begun preparations. Alright, so there's something called arch spores. Oh, cursed ones. Looks like a flower to me. A hideous, disgusting flower. Blasco tenerbe, last words. Arch spores look like gigantic, aesthetically unpleasing flowers with some of the traits of exceptionally cruel and bloodthirsty sundews. They are, however, far more dangerous than even the most colossal sundew. Their peculiar appearance makes them practically impossible to discern amidst other plants. By the time one draws close enough to realize what they are, it is often too late to flee. According to popular belief, arch spores are cursed plants grown in soil fertilized by the blood of the dying. They are most often found in places which in the past saw pogroms, bloody rituals, or cruel murders. 4 types of arch spore have been cataloged to date, differing from one another in terms of coloring. Brown, the least dangerous. Green and purple, the most dangerous. The final variant, said to have been cultivated by mages from Banard, is the yellow arch spore, whose strength is similar to that of its green-colored cousins. Regardless of color, all arch spores fight using similar methods, attacking with powerful jaw-like leaves. If their victim is out of reach, they can also spray caustic acid, which, if it makes any contact whatsoever with the skin, can provoke a reaction similar to that caused by severe poisoning. Like other plants, all arch spores are extremely vulnerable to fire, which is one of the most effective methods of fighting them. Silver also works well, as does any sort of shockwave. Arch spores do not like strong vibrations, which cause them to flee underground at once. Due to the nature of their origins, oil damaging to cursed beings can also be useful against them. So, cursed oil, Ard, and Igni. The Adventures of Spiky and a White called Franconi. That's an interesting book. And that gave a bestiary. Once upon a time, in a small mound near the Vermentino vineyard, there lived a white named Franconi. Amiable by nature, he spent his days in the mound, cooking various kinds of soups. Not that he was particularly fond of soups, it was his beloved pet, a bar guest named Spiky, that slurped them up greedily. And so they sat there side by side, Franconi the white and Spiky the bar guest, cooking soups made of decaying bones, withered weeds, and if they managed to swipe some metal, nails, their favorite delicacy. One day, Franconi heard 2 gravediggers talk about a certain man of wealth who kept various kinds of cheese in his cellar. A cheese soup sounded like a delectable treat to Franconi, so he snuck into the noble cellar and stole the biggest cheese wheel there was. When he got home, Franconi started slowly melting the cheese in his favorite pot. The stench was so awful, Spiky ran off and refused to go back to the mound. To add to the already terrible state of things, the smell of cheese permeated everything. So Spiky and Franconi had to pack their things and move. The moral of the story is simple. If you are cooking a cheese soup, make sure the cheese you choose is not blue. Okay. We got a bestiary entry for whites. Surprised I don't already have that. I assume that'd be undead? Or necrophages. Whites, they say the dead like quiet. I don't know about the dead, but whites certainly do. Heinrich von Grott. Though whites are ghastly and threatening in appearance, one should not approach them with sword drawn or attack them unprovoked. Left alone, they present no serious danger to anyone, and are far more interested in mixing noxious brews and cauldrons than in fighting. This species mainly lives around ancient burial sites, though they have also been spotted near more recently founded cemeteries, and wherever mass graves can be found. Whites spend the winter months in a state of lethargy, very similar to human sleep. They live strictly solitary lives. In fact, it is practically unheard of for these creatures to appear in groups. Yet, when they fear their territory is threatened, and it is enough for one to step foot in a white's territory for it to feel threatened, whites transform into dangerous foes and even abandon their solitary ways to summon other monsters to their aid. It is a certainty that if a white finds itself in danger, it will immediately spew out an ectoplasmic solution, which near instantaneously transforms into barghests. These beasts obey the white and attack anyone it deems a foe. If one of them is killed, the white tries to replace it at once. The best strategy when fighting such a white is to take out the monsters guarding it with the Axii sign before attacking the white itself. Whites are resistant to poison, but vulnerable to silver. Necrophage oil and Axii against them. And what are barghests again? I don't know. Doesn't tell me. Okay. How long do you reckon it will take me to actually finish the game someday? You talking about Monster Hunter? Speaking of that arena quest, if I can, I'll do some practice runs with Sword and Shield and Lance, but we need to talk strat. Nightshade's not a big deal. Nightshade's not a big deal. The strat is don't get hit. don't get put to sleep. They telegraph it pretty well though.
Wine by the barrel.
Ah!
Lovely views. Eat, drink, and listen up.
Book.
For you are in Toussaint.
This is such a rich area. All right, let's see.
That could only mean trouble.
Get my bearings.
You'd best behave, friend. You're in Beauclair, see?
I'm behaving. I always behave. Let's see, we got an herbalist here. Oh, what's this? Information for tournament participants. Dear fellow Gwent lovers, allow me to present myself, Count Monnier, the organizer of this Gwent tournament. As you most probably know, I have introduced a new faction to our beloved game, Skellige. I am convinced this step shall add variety to our pastime, further perfecting its perfection. I shall be delighted if you choose to play this faction during our event. Good luck and good Gwent to you all. Oh, I guess I can't do the tournament anyway if I don't have a Skellige deck. So we'll have to work on that.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Ganesha petals?
Business all right?
How's business?
The coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Anarietta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
What do you have on offer?
Show me what you've got in stock.
He does have a lot of stuff. This is poison. Potion of clearance. Oh, that's the reset thing. Look like poison. What's all this crap? Bunch of formulas. Lesser mutagen transmutator. That's kind of interesting. Alright, well. I don't have anything I can sell to him. That I care about, at least. Buy. Actually, I guess he will buy those, huh? Alright, may as well sell some of these. Although, no, let's actually hold on to those. I'll sell these. I got tons. There we go. How about a game of Gwent? For 50 coin.
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
Well, I can't use Skellige. I don't have enough. I guess we'll go with the monsters. Oh, he's using a Skellige deck. Well, maybe I'll get a card. Let's see. 2 Commander's Horns. Oh, and a Dandelion. That's an overkill. Alright. The rest rest of that looks pretty good. Don't need 2 vampires, though. Let's re-roll that vampire. Ah, that didn't help. Well, screw it. I guess we have a lot of horns. Re-roll that. Oh, and I got a crone. All right, that was pretty good. A young berserker. Dandelion, get in there. Oh, he's got a dandelion. A mirror match. I will go with a lesson. All geared. We'll go with the well, let's go with Geralt. A light longship. Oh, all right. Could do the crones. Yeah, let's do the crones. Because then they'll stay, which I want. So let's do the crones. Might be a little much, but... Alright, yeah. I expected him to pass there. But that's fine. I'm happy with that. I will pass myself. Oh, that's right. Dandelion was an option for staying. Well, dang it. I got the worst one. That sucks. Oh, well. Well, just to burn some time and see what he's going to play, I will do an unnecessary commander's horn. Okay. The question is whether I think I can win this round or not. We'll do a K-Rain. Geralt of Rivia. He's got 3 cards left. Make that 2. I should be able to take him out. Let's do our Raucous Behemoth. It's a Ciri. Yeah, he doesn't have enough firepower, but just to play it safe, we'll stall slightly. We'll do another horn there. Clan Drummond Shield Maiden. Yeah, he's got nothing. Bring in the vampires. Your opponent has passed. Yeah, he has no choice. You got slammed. Alright, for that win, we get 100 crowns. Do we get a card? Light Longship, sweet. That is a Skellige card, just what I needed. Light Longship, escape them in the waters of Skellige? Good luck. It's got Muster, where you summon the same cards. So, hopefully we'll get a bunch of these, but 1 for now. Let's look around his shop a little bit more. Nothing. All right. Moving on. Wait, what was that? Okay. Seems like an odd place to have that on the stairwell. All right, so we've been here. All right, got some sort of square here.
A smashing place we have, eh?
Got
Wine
a
by the
notice
barrel.
board.
Peace and quiet. Lovely views. Lippio tequila.
Nice tune.
From hangovers too. Eat, drink, and loosen your belt.
Yes, a place no ointment could help.
Wait. This looks familiar. It's just a copy of that other house that I explored? Even the people were inside of each other like the other one. Arr! Arr! Natural Born Killers, a study of Garcanes. Garcanes are commonly described as lesser vampires. Do not be misled by this terminology, however, for they are extremely dangerous and devious creatures which men stand no chance of defeating, even when greatly outnumbering the beasts. Garcanes possess a highly developed sense of smell. Once they are on your track, you are as good as dead. They have a special taste for adolescents and children, hence the belief that this vampire seeks out only virgins. There is a grain of truth in that, yet it is not a matter of sexual purity, but of the level of blood pollution. The younger and healthier the victim, the tastier a tidbit it makes for a Garcane. Alright, so another type of vampire. Garcanes. They look weird. Blood on the ceiling, guts on the walls. Must be a Garcane. Yan of Lan Exeter, investigator and captain of the City Watch. Garcanes, like Fletters, belong to the class of particularly dangerous vampires whose strength exceeds even that of fiends. An encounter with one of their number almost always ends in death, which is why there are not many eyewitness accounts of them. From the city guard reports written up in Lan Exeter describing the attacks committed in that city in 1104 by 3 Garcanes, later killed by a certain Olivier of Goulet, Witcher. It seems these horrible monsters do not content themselves with drinking the blood of their victims. The investigators concluded from the blood and guts strewn around the crime scenes that Garcanes tear their victims to shreds with great delight and muck about in their bloody entrails. Garcanes belong to the group of creatures known as lesser vampires. They often gather around themselves members of other subspecies of lesser vampires, acting in such situations as leaders of the pack. They are by and large unable to run, but can jump a great distance and often attack their prey in that way. During combat, they usually keep their distance from their foes, trying to incapacitate them using a blast of mental energy, provoking visions that beguile and disorient. Before grappling a Garcane, one should drink the Black Blood Potion and stock up on vampire oil. It should also be remembered that the Summum and Moondust bombs are always effective weapons against any mental attacks. So, Moondust, Summum, vampire oil, and Black Blood. Alright, then we've also got... Hey, get out of the way. We also have Master Pheromon's thoughts on elven architecture. Nowhere else in the entire world can one find better preserved relics of the glory days of the Ancient. Naturally, by the entire world, I in fact mean the areas that have entered man's jurisdiction. Toussaint's architecture obviously could not hold a candle to the wonders of Dol Blathana. That is in no way meant to detract from the glory of the ruins of Termes, the old amphitheater, or Arthach, the one-time summer residence to Toussaint's kings. More than any of these, however, it is the palace which captures one's eye with its torn page. Spacious terraces seemingly enclosed by open-work exedras, with rows of intricate tracery and pinnacles crowned with spiked crockets. One may admire them through legions of Oghaval windows, the traceries of which are often decorated with the floral ornaments so typical for the culture of the Ancient. This style is especially prominent in the buttresses and niches. Alright, we've seen both of those
A
books.
smashing place we have.
Look at this guy's
Wine
spot
by
at the window.
Peace and quiet. Lovely views.
Curious customs of the Toussaintoi. Toussaintoi? Excerpt. Where have all the heroic and selfless knights gone? Are the truly noble, like Ramon of Guichon and Martinus de la Paque, a thing of the past now? Though they maintain a facade of independence and altruism, the knights errant of Toussaint of our day are paid, and by the Duchess herself. So I ask, is that noble? Is that dignified? Should a knight, a nobleman after all, receive payment for his heroic deeds? Is he but a mercenary, or, pardon my nazeri, a plowing witcher? Shouldn't the tears of joy of a rescued damsel suffice as a reward? I simply cannot understand it. To paraphrase the weighty words of the wise René de Hospitalier, such fools the Toussaintoi. All right. Let's go back into the square.
Behave yourself.
Witcher.
Alright, some sort of like banquet out here. But nobody here to enjoy it.
I'll be. There was a time the knights would simply drive off that sort of rabble in a snap.
Get out of my way. Alright, we got another bookcase. I like how they put subtitles for that.
Poor.
Your boots could use some polish, Baker.
Witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights, what are they, chopped liver?
Alright. Just trying to find anything I haven't seen. Which is quite a bit. This is a big city.
We shall long bear the scars of that witch's visit.
The Ducal Chronicle, 1st edition. Oh, Conjunction of the Spheres. We've seen that. Alright. Why'd this pop up? Anyways. The Ducal Chronicle, 1st edition. Ducal Chronicle, Tome 56, Lamas, Siovine, 1268 excerpts. In the month preceding the celebration surrounding the Festival of the Vat, the Ducal couple and a delegation of notables embarked on a neighborly visit to the... Wait. We've seen this. Wait. But this is slightly different. The Ducal couple was accompanied by both daughters. I'm so confused. Alright, well, this second paragraph seems different. The Ducal couple was accompanied by both daughters, Siana and Honorietta. It is worth mentioning here that both infants are sprouting like beanpoles, and it shall not be long before it will be necessary to find them husbands. In the case of the elder daughter, Siana, this should not prove a problem, as suitors will flock from all over the civilized world for the chance to be husband to the future duchess. especially when they see her portrait, which will not even require much embellishment. Things are somewhat different in the case of young Henrietta, who is overly thin and furthermore auburn-haired. The hope remains, however, that time will add to her charms. As for character and imagination, neither girl is lacking in either quality in the least. Weird, I wonder why that one was different.
We shall long bear
And it turned out alright.
witches' visit.
On sound waves, bats, and Shaelmars. Few know that sound is in fact not just a noise, but a wave. Just like the waves of a sea striking against the shore. And just like them, sound waves strike everything in their path, which causes them to break. This particular property of sound is used by some species of animals and monsters as they carry out a kind of terrain mapping using their sense of hearing. Bats, which produce a specific sound to conduct echolocation based on how the sound's waves bounce off potential obstacles, make for a good example of this. Curiously, Shaelmars, mighty though completely blind monsters, have developed a similar mechanism. They are able to locate their opponents by sensing the vibration of even the faintest sound wave. Alright, so what did that give me an entry for? Bats? The bats here? Not sure. I don't see anything. I'm at a loss. Well, if anyone knows what was added, let me know and I'll take a look. Gwent to history. Oh, I actually want to know this. How did it start? Gwent, for many a diverting game of cards, for others, a noble pursuit. For some, a crippling addiction which devours their every coin and every waking moment. These last can be found most frequently among the dwarves, the game's inventors and most passionate devotees. Their devotion extends to Gwent's paraphernalia, its cards most of all, which they craft with great care and skill. In fact, cards painted by dwarven masters are often considered miniature works of art. In past times, they devoted equal attention to whittling the clubs which contestants once kept at their sides, to bash each other about the head with in the case of an argument. As brawls grew less common, the clubs became implied threats more than used weapons, until eventually falling into disuse and near oblivion. Today, Gwent players can be found almost everywhere, from the Skellige Isles, where the game was introduced by the druid Ermion, to the Northern Realms and the Nilfgaardian Empire. In Gwent, the play of cards mimics the dueling of two armies. The playing field is divided into two parts, each split into 3 rows. Nearest to the center stand units who fight at close quarters, behind them archers and other such ranged attackers, and furthest back, machines and creatures used for siege purposes. Both players wield decks made up of a minimum of 22 unit cards and a maximum of 10 special cards, and each must also contain a leader card. The player who wins the toss of a coin, originally the dwarf whose wife has the longest beard, plays first. Each player draws at random 10 cards from his deck, and then is allowed to redraw 2 of these before the laying of cards begins. Each round is won by the player who has played cards of the greatest value. The first to achieve 2 victorious rounds wins, meaning a maximum of 3 rounds are played. The winner's prize is agreed upon by the players before each match. Most often, the wager is a bounty of coin or a rare card. The heart of the player's armies, the unit cards, come in 3 types: close combat units, ranged combat units, and siege units. Each such card is assigned to strength rating and may additionally possess special abilities. There are also special cards which have no strength rating but instead influence the course of the game in other ways. Unit cards depicting famed heroes not only have unusually high strength ratings, but also have the added benefit of ignoring the workings of all special cards. They are the rarest and most coveted of Gwent cards. Most frequently, they must be won from top players or purchased at a great price from collectors. The cards in Classic Gwent are divided into 4 factions. The Northern Realms, leader Full Test. The Nilfgaardian Empire, leader Emir var Imrais. Monsters, leader Eredin Briokglas. And the Scoia'tael, leader Francesca Fendabar. I like how the dwarves would decide who goes first by who has the wife with the longest beard.
We shall long bear the scars of that witch's visit.
I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
Locked. Alright, well, we may as well hit up the bounty board, but let me look over here first.
To the Vantikils, not parade about in tourneys. I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
Wanted, murderous Vandegilders. Antoine Starling Stragan. Loth, alias Halfbreed. Philibert Four Fingers von Witten. I like their portraits. Alright, we got this bounty board. Test yourself with the trials of the virtues. Dear reader, years pass and times change, yet all that is good and beautiful still requires a defender. Come to the Isle of Lac Calavi to test. Come to the Isle of Lac Calavi and test the rightness of your character during the trials. If you pass, you shall receive a reward. Fisticuffs. Hey, tough guy. Smack down your brother-in-law and now you're feeling invincible. Neighbors step aside when they see you coming. Got violence in your heart? Then perhaps it's high time you fought for the title of Brawl Master of Beauclair. Defeat 3 champions and you'll get the honor of facing the maestro himself. Seek more information from bookies in San Sebastian and by the docks. Armed escort wanted. We wish to hire a person or persons with good weapon skills who, for a reasonable fee, will escort us into Albertus Cavern for exploratory purposes. The knights errant claim the cave harbors no dangers, so we don't expect trouble, but better safe than sorry. Auguste, Lucien, and Hugo Monard. Contract, Grandmaster Armorer. Master Armorer in Beauclair seeks brave man to help recover long-lost diagrams. Contract is highly dangerous, as such will be lucratively rewarded. Wanted, Discreet Specialist. Wanted, professional to investigate mystery concerning Reginald d'Aubry's statue. Requirements, indomitable work ethic, absolute discretion, and refinement in supernatural situations. Desirable, immaculate presentation, aesthetic sensitivity, and knowledge of modern sculpture. For details, please see Roland de Flakfeiser, Curator of Art and Collectibles. In contract, quarreling at the cemetery. Since no one from our residence committee seems to think it their responsibility, I'll write it myself. This cannot go on. That infernal racket coming from the cemetery is driving us mad, and no one is doing anything about it. I know we all hear it. Madame Bouquet admitted it keeps her awake all night long, and she lives further away from the cemetery than any of us. If there is any witcher who can put an end to all the screaming, bawling, and insults, I'll pay him from my own pouch. Ask them to point out Charles Lanzano at the Clever Clogs. That'll be me.
Lac Calavi. Might be worth looking into.
Alright, we got a freaking ton of quests, I think.
Somebody needs an escort. Not something I do often, but might be worth investigating.
Goodness gracious, great balls of granite. Father knows worst. Fists of Fury Toussaint. Till death do you part. There can only be one. Oh, well, there can be only one. Master, 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 master. Alright, tons of new quests. Let's see. Goodness gracious, great balls of granite. On one of the notice boards of Beauclair, Geralt found a very interesting contract. A certain man was looking for a discreet specialist in the supernatural. Geralt had the feeling this was directed at someone more or less just like him. Father knows worst. One day, while strolling through Beauclair's bustling streets, Geralt spotted a notice. Someone was in need of an escort, as they wished to penetrate a cave. The task seemed none too complicated or taxing, so the Witcher concluded it would be unwise to let it pass. Fists of Fury, Toussaint. While traversing Toussaint, Geralt learned local aficionados of wine and raucous entertainment were fond of organizing fist-fighting tournaments as well. He decided to enter the lists. Till death do you part. While strolling through Beauclair's charmingly romantic streets, Geralt learned of a circumstance thoroughly charmless and unromantic. Come night, something making much tastelessly grating noise at the city cemetery. There can be only one. Upon a notice board in Toussaint, Geralt found a call to all who wished to submit to a test of virtue. The notice's mysterious author summoned any who dared to an island upon Lac C'est-la-Vie, where they would have a chance to prove their worthiness of character. He who successfully completed the test would receive a reward. Though Geralt had never thought of himself as particularly virtuous, he found the summons intriguing and decided to go to the appointed spot to learn what the trials entailed. Master, 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 master. While in Toussaint, one day Geralt found a notice posted by an armorer. Since to the Witcher a good suit is potentially a matter of life or death, and since he had always benefited from working relationships, he had struck up with able plate bangers. Our hero debated the issue, only briefly before resolving to visit the artisan. Alright, we have a freaking ton of quests now. And we'll probably get more. What's this place? Oh, it's a bank. The Cian Fanelli Bank welcomes customers between the hours of 8 in the morning and 10 in the evening, except during breaks for meals and aperitifs? I don't know what that means. Aperitifs. Probably saying it wrong.
No safer place than a bank.
There's a catch. Catch 22.
Building secured by the Reitenbach system. The Cian Fanelli Bank is protected by Bruno Reitenbach's patented system. Dimeritium amplifiers, stifling auras, and other mysterious machinery guarantees absolute security against all forms of magic attack, including hypnosis, telepathy, Witcher signs, and even spells. Bruno Reitenbach and Company, with us, no one will get the jump on you.
No safer place than a bank.
Hello.
Yes? No. I'm not the one you need. Definitely.
Okay.
Always. Right.
Are you blind, sir? I'm at work here.
What can I do for you?
Cian Fanelli's safe deposit boxes. Times are tough, coins tight, and to make matters worse, there are thieves ready to pounce on even a moment of inattention. Luckily, the Cian Fanelli Bank has a solution for you. Put your trust in one of our safe deposit boxes, which are secured not only against normal break-in methods, but also against magic and telepathy. Or telepathy. Don't tarry, come, safeguard your valuables with us today. Alright, that's locked. Are they just gonna let me walk down here? Apparently.
bank is the pride of all Beauclair.
The Rules and Stipulations of Banking, Volume 15. Granting a loan. In order for a loan to be granted, the submission of Certificate B43 is absolutely necessary. Detailed description of documents. Certificate B43. Document confirming the solvency of the borrower, issued on the basis of Form 213 and Certificate DD. Form 213, form issued upon presentation of two certificates, Certificate C and Certificate X. For a precise description of these documents, see Banking Procedures Volume 18. Certificate DD. Certificate DD is issued to the borrower after a positive verification of Procedure 222. I bid. Whatever that means. Isn't banking fun? Who's this? Bank clerk.
Please bother someone else.
Fine.
Yes? You have a concern?
All in order?
I saw shut up. Step away, please.
Alright, won't let me in there. Not surprising. Maybe we could do a heist.
No safer place than a bank.
Right.
Sure savings for unsure times. Worried about your coin, or a war in the north, or perhaps you just wish to profit without risk? Choose the Happy Percentage saving account. Guaranteed rate of return on deposits of a minimum of 3,000 crowns. For detailed information, refer to Annex 37, available at any branch. Risk-free, huh? Something tells me probably not. The Lives of Famous Bankers, Amadeus Cianfanelli. Amadeus Cianfanelli was born to a family of humble traders, but thanks to hard work and innate entrepreneurial talent, by the age of 50, he had already established a flourishing bank. It soon became clear, however, that for the ambitious Amadeus, this was just the beginning. He quickly expanded the business, establishing Cianfanelli bank branches in Kovir and Nazaire, and even sending a representative to Zerrikania. He became known for treating each and every customer as an old friend, and cared deeply about what became of others' coin. He thus created a wide range of banking products to better allow him to look after the property of an increasingly greater number of customers. He coined the phrase that up until today has served Cianfanelli as an advertising slogan and motto: "We look after your coin as if it were our own."
You cut the line, sir.
All right. That's all there is here.
There's a catch.
Oh?
What's this? Arrest warrant. In accordance with Article 161 of the Ducal Code, the Attorney General for the City of Beauclair has designated a reward to be given to whomever shall bring before the court 1. Philibert von Witten, alias Four Fingers, or else provide proof of his passing.
Wants to play tag? You'd never catch me.
Maybe not.
I'm over here.
Well, that was easy. Alright, where the heck are we? Let me get my bearings here. Knight's Dormant Square. I think there's a reason we needed to come here. Let's talk to this guy.
The pleasure is all mine, truly.
Alright, I think
Before long, you will have to look to fairy tales to find a witcher or knight.
the Ducal Camerlengo? I think I actually needed to come here for a quest or something. Well, let's take a look. The Ducal family. Camerlengo. Yeah, I think I need to talk to him.
Understood that up the way I'd like. Greetings, brave hero. I am Raphael de Serman, and I am the Ducal Camerlengo.
I'm Geralt. So what is it you do here?
I pay the knight's errand.
For what?
Our knights wander the roads, protecting Tusa from bandits and monsters. It is fitting and just that they be recompensed appropriately for these toils. Note, sir, that should you successfully smash a hands, save a brother knight from peril, or extract a captured merchant from the hands of cutthroats, come see me. You shall be rewarded.
Coin to pay the knights. Where's it come from?
Can't help but be curious. But where do the funds for those payments come from?
The ducal treasury, of course. Her illustrious highness Anna Henrietta assigns great value to bravery and selfless patriotism. It is her standing order that any knight may receive a wage. Pardon me. Financial compensation for his dedication to defending the duchy's internal security and order.
You sell things too. Show me what you've got.
Wouldn't mind a glance at your books. Ones you're willing to sell, that is.
Oh, well, he has a book here. Oh, it's just junk. What's this? A note. Weird. Oh, he does have a bunch of books, actually. Alright, well, let's buy them. Apparently this is just gonna be a reading stream. So many books. Oops, I didn't mean to buy that. It's a reading stream. Alright, what can I sell him? Anything? Seems to buy some junk items, which is good. We'll sell him those. Wonder why I only buy some, though. Yeah, this is strange. I don't know why he only buys some. That parchment, sell it. Oh, that's just a book. Sell it. And these are junk too, but they're just higher quality, I guess. Oh no, he buys all junk. Well, dang it, I should have sold the more expensive things. Oh well. Or more heavy things, rather. Like this. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Oh, bear hide. Yeah, get rid of those. Sheepskin's not that heavy. Rabbit pelts, not that heavy. What about these? White wolf, eh. Wow, what am I gonna sell? Fishing nets, sure. How much do those weigh? Broken oars weigh a bit. Rotting flesh, sure. Sell those goat hides. Alright. That helped out. Farewell.
Well, see you later.
Go in peace for a night.
Alright, so we got a quest, Knight for Hire.
Pay too much out again.
Oh, I didn't put those books up. Ah, that's dumb. Alright, let's look at the quest first. Knight for Hire. Geralt came across an altogether typical looking notice. Someone was looking for help, or for the help of knights or other strongmen. He concluded he met the above stated requirements and set off for Knight's Dormant Square to meet with the Ducal Camerlengo. Alright, so that was a quest. I did remember it correctly. And where is the... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's try to figure out those where those books are that I bought. I think they're under other. Oh boy. Where could they be? I don't know if they're going to show as new. Oh, they might be at the very bottom because I just bought them. Maybe that's the deal. Yep. All right, so Guide to the Vineyards of Toussaint, Volume 1, the Sansritor Valley. Oh, well, now I get the list. While in the stunning Duchy of Toussaint, one should not forget to visit Castel Ravello, whose grapes lend their vibrant flavor to wines such as Hervelus, Fiorano, Pomino, and the famous Est. Should white wine be one's beverage of choice, I wholeheartedly recommend the excellent offerings of two fiercely competing vineyards, Coronata and Vermentino. If one seeks Beauclair white, popular in the north, one should seek out the Castel Torresella vineyard, which produces and exports it. Unfortunately, a severe economic crisis led to the bankruptcy of several distinguished vineyards, such as Corvo Bianco, known as Gwyn Serbin in the Elder Speech. Oh, their supreme Sepramento. And Tufo. Let us hope each and every one of them finds a passionate new owner who will restore them to their former glory. Well, I'll do my best with Corvo Bianco. I don't know how to make wine. The Civil War in Toussaint. The year 781 marked the final end of elven rule in Toussaint, the closing of an era that had lasted over 1,500 years. The elves abandoned their ivory cities and left for the mountains, taking with them all that they could and destroying everything else. Whatever they could not take and did not manage to demolish or burn, they cursed. The last elven sovereign, Divethaf, hundreds of years old yet fair as a youth, was defeated. Weeping over the slain army of his forever young brothers and sisters, he agreed to pay homage to Ludovic, the first human king of Toussaint, who, though young, was as shrunken and ugly as the night after Seovine. Putting on no end of airs and graces, Ludovic boasted, "Look, the proud elf shall bow down before me and kiss my royal feet with humility," to degrade Divethaf even further. Ludovic decided the homage should take place in the Elf King's barely abandoned palace. The throne on which Ludovic now proudly lounged bore still smoldering marks from the fire set by the elves, who had sought to burn the whole palace down as they left. So the proud elven king bowed down before the human king and offered him a sacrifice of bread and wine, as well as his sword and shield. Spewing out merciless mockery all the while, Ludovic received this homage, then immediately ordered his guards drag Divethaf beyond the palace gates and throw him down the stairs as if he were a beggar. Witnesses claimed the proud elf remained calm throughout the whole event, but when left alone, Divethaf wiped the blood off his face and vowed cruel revenge on the king. Revenge that would come from stone as cold as the king's heart. Yet these ominous words bore no fruit, for in the year 782, before the homage was renewed, Divethaf drew his last breath alongside his remaining soldiers when the Toussaintoi decided to celebrate the anniversary of the surrender of the elven sovereign with a pogrom of non-humans on the slopes of Mount Gorgon. Few survived. Oh, we got a bestiary. Forgotten species, the protofletter. If you take a fletter and magnify all its most primitive traits, you will get a protofletter. This beast, the fletter's distant ancestor, arrived here from a parallel sphere centuries past, yet unlike the fletter, has remained untouched by any post-conjunction evolutionary processes. In our time, protofletters are extremely rare. The more suitably adapted fletters have taken over their niche in the biosphere. Protofletters are thus lesser vampires. Their massive wide jaws constitute their main weapons, their sharp claws coming in a close second. Similarly to their more developed cousins, protofletters rely on their instincts rather than intelligence and are quite sensitive to the scent of blood. All the usual means of fighting vampires, such as vampire oil, black blood, and silver weapons, apply to them as well. The so-called giant centipedes, or my only comfort in exile. Dearly have I paid for my wrongs, being exiled from the beautiful deserts and steppes of Ophir to this hideous green country, where all the scents and flavors are so intense they make me sick, fills my heart with sorrow and regret. My only comfort seems to be a small colony of scolopendros, or more scientifically speaking, scolopendromorphs, here referred to as giant centipedes, living in the vicinity of my hut. These wonderful creatures, the sight of which reminds me of home, have most likely chosen this area to settle in because of the presence of shale mars, whose droppings constitute the food of smaller animals, which in turn are consumed by scolopendros. Sometimes I sneak up on them when they are feeding and admire their hooked limbs, mandibles so sturdy they seem made of iron, and chitinous thoraces, shiny enough to let one to gaze upon one's reflection. Me, My Panther, and I by Abigail Lett. As a young adept of the art of medicine, I was once asked by my mentor, Nurse Hatched, to gather some herbs needed for poultices. I set out for the woods and sought ripe specimens, when all of a sudden a juniper shrub began to swish and shake. It must be a Leshen or another monster of some sort, enraged by my insolent theft of the forest's treasures, I thought. Luckily, it turned out the beast was no Leshen, but a little panther. Full of pity, I decided to share the bread and dried meat I brought in my bundle with the cub. From that moment on, I brought the panther something to eat every day, and every day it waited for me next to the juniper. A year passed and the panther grew so big I was afraid to approach it, so I would just throw bits of meat and leave as quickly as possible. Then a sickness left me bedridden for a month. When I was finally back on my feet, I went to the woods to the juniper shrub. My beloved panther, now as big as a horse, only roared from afar. I bolted. Panthers are beautiful animals and they are quite fascinating as well, but I value my life and that is that. The last basilisk of its kind, a study in ecology by Borges de Salvares. Based on my observations, I have concluded all species, be they plant, animal, or even insect, are inextricably intertwined with one another. It is no mere coincidence the felling of the beech woods and the vanishing of the rose, who in them once dwelled, led to the disappearance of these sterling basilisks as well. The principle even holds true for ladybirds. For the betterment of learning, I conducted the following experiment. I eradicated all the aphids in the palace cabbage patch using a lye solution. Within a few weeks, all of the ladybirds once present in that patch, and there were hundreds, migrated to a neighboring field. A simple experiment, yet it gave incontrovertible proof of my hypothesis. The tenebrous wilderness of Cade Merkvid. In the northwestern region of the Duchy of Toussaint, past the Bleger River, there lies the forest of Cade Merkvid, a druidic sanctuary which, as the result of treaties signed with the duchy's rulers, enjoys full autonomy in its internal affairs. The forest is one of the main reserves of the Beauclair oak, a significant component of the local cooperage industry. With ecological balance in mind and following agreements between the Coopers Guild and the Flaminica, the leader of the circle, oak felling in the forest is currently subject to strict supervision. In 1267, when the Flaminica granted asylum to druids from Cade-Du in Angren, fighting broke out within the sanctuary. The bandits who tried to escape justice in the forest were burnt alive in wicker hags to set an example. Since then, the borders of Cade Merkvid have been protected by strong magical barriers, and to be honest, I would not recommend visiting this region without an invitation from the Flaminica. From Petrin Falsand's Guide to Toussaint. Slizards through the ages. For many years, it was erroneously believed slizards were simply wyverns in their highest stage of development. One scholar, whose completion of an academic course of study must have been the result of no small miracle, heatedly defended this point of view in a scientific work whose title I shall mercifully withhold. His main line of reasoning was an absurd and completely off-the-mark parallel drawn between the developmental cycles of the Slizard and Pyrus brassica, also known as the cabbage butterfly. A Slizard, claimed the author, is nothing but a fully mature wyvern that has developed fire glands. Utter rubbish. Let it be known once and for all that Charles von Lien is a filthy fopdoodle and an uneducated knucklehead. A Slizard is not by any means the same beast as a wyvern. Von Grott's amazing anti-fletter stratagem. Fletters are a vile and unsophisticated variety of a vampire. They are unable to run properly, cannot bear direct sunlight, and are generally none too wise. Some fletters hunt alone, whereas others prefer to attack in groups. Perhaps it is a matter of instinct. Having sensed blood, they assess the size of the victim and, if necessary, summon their kin. The only strong suit of these leeches is their ability to leap towards a potential victim. Fighting a fletter is no different than fighting any other kind of bloodsucker. Apart from the obvious means, such as garlic, buckthorn, and sunlight, a hunter should stock up on silver. A lit torch may prove helpful as well. History of the Fortress of Dun Tyne, as chronicled by Le Papillon. During a visit to the court of the King of Nazaire, Waltharius the Brawny fell madly in love with the king's daughter, the beautiful Hiltgund, who was already promised to a prince from Metina. Waltharius, paying no heed to these politically inspired marriage plans, captured the princess's heart, and together they ran off to Toussaint. The prince from Metina, unable to let such an affront pass, followed the star-crossed lovers. Yet Waltharius was renowned for his courage and might, and thus slew his adversary with ease. Then he and his beloved returned to his family estate at Dun Tyne. To his dismay, it turned out his brother Vislavius had nearly led the estate to bankruptcy, while Waltharius had been in Nazaire. Waltharius threw his brother into the dungeon and, as befits a self-respecting nobleman, embarked on a nightly expedition. Unfortunately, his young wife, Hiltgund, tortured by her solitude, freed Vislavius and became his lover. When Waltharius returned and realized he had been cuckolded, he murdered them both in a fit of passion and despair. Then he sat down and wept, and wept and wept. And finally, Hellhounds, harbingers of the end. Some monsters are born out of necessity, not because they are cruel, but because they have to defend themselves. For them, it is hunt or be hunted. Others are simply a mistake of nature, beasts brought to life by an evolutionary hiccup, so to speak. But these sorts of monsters we are able to fight. But there are also monsters born of sin. Wherever there is cruelty and envy, wherever earth has been drenched in blood and rocks soaked in suffering, there the Hellhounds have their home. And as cruelty spreads, so too shall these monsters. They are the reflection of us, and to defeat them would mean to defeat ourselves. All that is left is to wait until we are torn to shreds by hordes of these demonic dogs. Alright, and in the course of all of that, we got some bestiary entries. Proto-fletters, panthers, Slizards, fletters, barguests. Alright. Let's check those out. So, panthers. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to Centra to look at the queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you do there? Or what did you there? That's weird. Run, fool, that's not a cat but a panther. Rare variant of a traditional folk rhyme. Panthers are dangerous predators found in forests and other woodlands. They are quick, agile, and like all cats, diabolically cunning. In many less than thoroughly urbanized areas, folks still believe panthers are the stranded souls of those who die in their sleep. Superstition thus holds anyone perishing in this way should be dragged to the nearest woods and left there without a burial. The panther spirit of the deceased may then devour its own body, thereby passing on to the nether realms. This belief must be eradicated by any means, for it leads to epidemics of cholera and other contagious diseases born of rotting corpses. Besides, it is patently ridiculous, given panthers are not necrophages and will not consume carrion of any sort. They prefer more spry and lively prey, such as deer or even humans, provided they are not ill and do not stink too badly. Panthers and their tawny-coated cousins, mountain lions, are incredibly swift and able to sneak up on prey undetected to gain the advantage of surprise. As soon as they enter open terrain, they leap to attack with astonishing speed, mauling their prey with their sharp claws, long teeth, and the sheer force of their momentum. Panthers are known to retreat mid-fight, yet do not let yourself be fooled into a false sense of security. This is but a ruse to allow them to attack again, by surprise. Never drop your guard until you see the animal drop dead. Panthers are vulnerable to the effects of all the signs, as well as bombs and oils. So, vulnerable against beast oil. Then we have Slizards. Some peasants once offered me a king's ransom to slay a Slizard, a damned hefty purse, chock full of gold. But I turned him down. Coin's no good if you're dead, and a Slizard, that's no fucking forktail. Zator, one of the Crinfrid Reavers. Slizards are often mistaken for wyverns or forktails, yet make no mistake, Slizards are nasty, terrible, dangerous beasts, and confusing them for wyverns will end very badly for the confuser. While a wyvern can tear apart and devour an untrained man in seconds, only a Slizard can first bake him to a crisp with a waft of fiery breath. Slizards are keenly aggressive and attack from both ground and air. Their goal during a fight is to get close enough to their foe to injure it with a breath of fire or knock it down with a sonic blast. Like wyverns, Slizards also attack with venom-spiked tails. Slizards like to disengage mid-fight to fly into the air and plummet down at high speed while spewing out balls of fire. Right before these igneous missiles emerge, you can observe a fiery ball forming in the monster's maw. While airborne, a Slizard can also attack with its claws and teeth. It is worthwhile to employ the Ard and Igni signs to force Slizards to the ground. They are not, however, vulnerable to burning. Before tackling one of them, be sure to coat your blade in Draconid oil. So, Grape Shot, Draconid oil, Ard, and Quinn. Alright, what else we got? Let's see here. Ogroids, maybe? Not seeing the new things. Oh, bar guests. Shun sin. Renounce foul deeds. And if evil threatens to overwhelm your will, ponder the fate of the outskirts of Vizima. Remember the hideous bar guests which scourged them and repent. Sermons for feasts and funerals by the Reverend Yeoman of Tretogor. Folk of simple or superstitious minds claim committing particularly rotten acts will bring down the wrath of the gods in the form of bar guests, phantom dogs which stalk the roads at night. Even if this were their origin, bar guests, saints, and sinners alike would need fear bar guests. That was a weird sentence. Even if this were their origin, bar guests, saints, and sinners alike would need fear bar guests, for they attack both with equal ferocity. Witchers rarely believe in the gods, but they do accept that bar guests exist and are always connected with some sequence of tragic events that happened in the past. Their explanation, however, holds that bar guests result from a curse or a concentration of ill will. Bar guests, like wolves, are stronger in packs. Together they surround their prey, leaping at it and tearing it apart with their teeth. If their prey defends itself too determinedly, they strike it with a blast of phantom fire. Since they are fast and agile, they can easily evade attacks directed at them. They cannot be burned, but fire hurts them as if they were flesh and blood. The Axii sign also works on them. So, Moondust, Spectre Oil, Axii, and Erden. And that might be it. We got the vampires. Fletters. The deceased's corpse was completely mutilated. All that remained of the nose was a hole clotted with blood. One eye socket had been chewed beyond all recognition. The mandible had been torn off. Seeing this, Sergeant Dovate vomited profusely, and the administration of smelling salts was required. The investigation has been discontinued and the deed attributed to a supernatural being. Fragment of a Toussaint Ducal Guard report. Fletters are classified as lesser vampires, though weaker than the rest of their ilk in every aspect, from the physiomagic to the physiognomic. They should not be underestimated, for they are very, very dangerous. Fletters cannot be mistaken for any other creature for their wide, toothy jaws, flat, unpleasant faces, and completely hairless, often warty bodies. These vampires mainly fight with their teeth and claws, flailing them blindly and not stopping even when their victim is already dead. Even a solitary fletter is strong enough to take down a trained soldier. Compared to other vampires, fletters display meager intelligence, seen most clearly in the mindless rage which causes them to try with all their might to attack and tear to shreds any weaker being. When fighting fletters, it is best to take advantage of their particular method of movement. These creatures do not run, but they do try to catch their prey and knock it over by leaping. Knowing this behavior, one can plan the fight appropriately and not let oneself be caught by surprise. They are vulnerable to vampire oil as well as black blood. Vampire oil and black blood. All right. Then we've got proto-fletters. Never seen a vampire like that in my life. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. Proto-fletters are relatives of fletters, which came from the world of the higher vampires to our own during the conjunction of the spheres. The members of this species are characterized by their considerable strength and agility, as well as the strange glow they emit, a trait most likely tied to their otherworldly nature. Proto-fletters have never had significant contact with the outside world, having spent their entire time on our planet in the unseen Elder's Cave, whose atmosphere is very similar to that of their homeworld. So, vampire oil and black blood. Alright, so we're all caught up in the bestiary. That took a while. I think it's Gwent time.
Greetings, knight.
Care for a game of Gwent?
Wouldn't happen to play Gwent, would you?
He definitely had some teeth. Alright, let's go with Northern Realms. Two decoys. Maybe. Two spies. Got some pretty good stuff. I don't think we need to do double decoy, though. Well, maybe we could. Yeah, you know what? Let's just keep it. It was a good draw. Oh, and he's got Nilfgaardian. I didn't see that. Good. He'll send spies, and I'll take him. Alright, well, he can have this spy. Nah, fog. Alright, well. He's got a spy, but I can't decoy it. I will spy as well. Oh, and I got another spy. Another spy. Didn't help too much. We got the spy from him. We shall decoy his spy. He decoyed my spy. Send my spy in. Oh man, I am getting mixed results on this. He sent taller. I will decoy him. And he sent another spy. Can't do anything about that spy. Let's send taller out. Oh, I got the triple threat. Alright, he passed. Well, that will give me an easy win. How do I want to take it? Let's play this dragon. Oh, actually... No, let's not do that. Let's just go ahead and... We'll just play Vernon. Alright, I pass. And winning the round will give me another card. Alright, so I should be able to win, I would hope. Let's go. You know what? We're gonna do yen. And then we'll pull out the spy. More spies! Oh, and we got a Scorch in there. Guess I could Scorch. Maybe. Yeah, we'll Scorch. Why not? Well, let's wait. See what else he plays. We'll play Siri. Oh, Toller's in. Oh, we're all playing hero cards. This score is going to be ridiculous, I think. How did my leader card get canceled out? Am I using the wrong card? I'm a little confused. Why did this get canceled? Yeah, doubles the strength of all siege units. He somehow canceled out my leader card. Not sure how he managed that. Alright, well, I could Scorch now, but let's keep waiting. Maybe... Well, let's play this. His leader card cancels it? Oh. What's that one do again? Oh, just straight up cancel your opponent's leader ability. All right. Ha! He played his dragon. That's no help. Well, I think this is a good time to play my dragon. Boom. Oh, is he gonna bring the dragon back out? Oh, nope, he's gonna spy on me. Well, we now have an equal number of cards. Uh-oh. Came to play. Could he possibly get enough? I don't know. Well, I've been holding on to this Scorch. It's probably time to use it. Let's go ahead and use it. Well, no, we can wait. There's no rush. Let's start playing these dudes. I do need to be careful, though. He might have his own Scorch. Well, I guess he won't be able to use it because he'd Scorch himself. Commander's Horn, okay. Oh, now I can Scorch and get 2. Okay, yeah, let's hold on to that, though. Actually, no, let's just do it now. Boom. 40 points gone. Oh, and he Scorched me. Oh, I was worried about something like that. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I made out better, though. I got 40 points. geez, he still has 6 cards though. I mean, I've committed at this point, so if he takes me down, I'm screwed. Let's just stall. Oh, well, actually, I wasn't gonna use the fog before because it was gonna screw up my points here, but now that's not a factor, so we'll fog. Oh, he scorched again? That was only 8 points. That's not the end of the world. Well, that gives me options. Get 2 scorches? Alright, well, I guess we'll Commander's Horn the melee. Oh, terrain or not terrain? Well, we'll just do a clear weather to stall. Oh, wait, no, don't clear weather. That'd be dumb. Alright, I'll pass. I don't think he can get me. I don't think he can get me. Let's see. He's got 4 cards. What could he possibly do? Not looking good for him. It's not looking good at all. Oh, crap. He has a spy, though. Oh, but he just gave me a bunch of points. He's trying. Couldn't do it. $100 crowns.
I paid too much out.
King Bran? Oh, is that the leader card for Skellige? Let me see. Nope. Crocon Crate is. Alright, so King Bran. Wait, what? Oh, is the leader different? Let's see. Oh, it is. King Bran, no one can replace Bran, though they're sure to try. Units only lose half their strength in bad weather conditions. Or Croc. The king's gotta be wise, the king's gotta command respect, the king's gotta have stones. Shuffles all cards from each player's graveyard back into their decks. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'll keep that just for interest. Alright, let's get back to checking out this city.
I wouldn't mind if that beast devoured me. I'd get some peace at last.
Oh, I feel like I've
Our blood's worth less than mine.
been over here? Oh, I guess I went that way before. Oh wait, no, now I'm confused. The alchemist is there? That doesn't seem like the right spot. Somehow below. Oh, am I like in a raised section? Is that what's going on? Yeah, it's down here. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so turned around. Alright, so I went that way. Okay, hold on. Starting to get it. This goes here. This goes over. Okay, I got it. I got it. It makes sense.
Look at that. Just look.
A book. I've yet to see anything with the Skellige Gwent cards that makes me think it's going to be like a really strong deck. Like, really nothing at all. I'm curious to see if it's going to be strong or not, but my guess is it's going to be average. Okay. So. Where is I? Guess we haven't looked over here. Alright, that goes up there. Well, if I ever find a merchant with enough money, I could sell him so much stuff. Hey, Higgy. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We are exploring Beauclair at the moment. A very beautiful city here in the Blood and Wine DLC. Alright, so this just goes all the way to the bottom. Is this where that warehouse was? Yes, it is. Okay. Once again, just getting my bearings here. It's a complex city.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton the Peyrak Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. The beast of Beauclair has struck again. Citizens, beware of the beast. Turn your trembling hearts to the good book. You will find solace there. Citizens, Beauclairois, Toussaintois, wherever wa. You are kindly reminded that by decision of the City Council, you are requested to refrain from spilling sewage into the streets of the Hauteville between 10 o'clock in the morning and 8 at night.
To be honest, every last man Jacques in these parts has but wine and women on the brain.
Prepare to witness wonders at the annual chivalric tourney. Surfing as patron this year, Lady Vivienne de Tabry. Valiant knights from all corners of the world will vie for the title of tourney champion. Tickets still available, but certain to run out quickly. Citizens, Beauclairois, Toussaintois, wherever wa. You are kindly reminded that by decision of the City Council, you are...
Hope you and Blueberry all right? We're doing good. Thanks for asking. Catechans, a monograph. Before we sink our teeth, so to speak, into our analysis of the Catechan, the creature to whom the present work is dedicated, by way of introduction, let me present to our less experienced readers what exactly vampires are, and what they are not. To our great displeasure, a great many myths concerning these creatures have arisen over the years, and the popular tales about them have served only to make popular superstitions and falsehoods. In the common folk's imagination, vampires are dead men and women arisen from their graves, wraiths driven by an unquenchable thirst for warm blood. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. These creatures first came to be on another world, arrived in ours centuries ago, and have since learned to live among men and have evolved at our side. The widespread belief that vampires must drink human blood in order to survive is flat out wrong. Though they do in fact often partake of our vital fluid, for human blood affects their physiology as alcohol does ours. A vampire's bite does not turn its victim into a vampire, a state of affairs which would in fact be counter to logic, for it would mean the world would soon fill with vampires as they multiply at an exponential rate. Running water presents no barrier to vampires, not even if it is cold, for vampires are immune to the forces of both heat and cold. Now, for the most important matter, vampires have learned to live in the light of our sun, which is not harmful to them in the least, though they absolutely never shimmer or glisten when struck with the sun's rays. Shimmer or glisten, were they making a joke about Twilight there? I know the vampires would sparkle in that. I never watched it, but I know some things about it. Alright, well apparently we got a new entry with that one, but I don't think we did. Catechans we had. I don't think it knows what it was talking about, but let's see if there's anything new. I don't think so.
Hark, Beauclerc! Our most gracious Duchess has hired a witcher to get at the root of these murders.
Truly, to send a witcher against the beast, it's as if one sought to treat the clap with cramps.
Alright, so how much of this city have we actually seen so far? I feel like it's very little. Yeah, not a ton. Oh, and what's that over there? Available quest, Blood and Wine. Apparently there's another quest over there. Yeah, we have not seen much. The pheasantry. Alright, so we did look around here a little bit, but not much. We got some docks over here. That's locked. And so is that. I think that's the kid that brought me Yen's letter.
Do you like it?
So many books. At this point, I've read a lot of them.
Never you worry. The air here is such that one is never hungover.
The air here is such that one is never hungover, huh? I doubt it.
Oh.
Oh, there's a quest. Not even that one I knew about. All right, what's this?
Sir, come to me, please. Approach.
Hi.
My eyes were not deceived, yet so far south. You, sir, of all folk in all your fame.
Mm-hmm. Me, south in all my fame.
Oh, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair, not a day passed without him baying out a ballad in admiration of your deeds.
Yeah, unwelcome little habit of his. But what can I do for you?
You see, my betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor to bring me the head of the horrid beast they call Gretore.
Couldn't have gotten you a bouquet, some sweets in a bag?
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands proof through heroic deeds dedicated to the heart's captor. But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight. Thus I must plead with you to see what's become of him. Could you? Would you?
This Grotor. Know anything about it?
This Gretore. Know anything else about it, mademoiselle? Judging by the name, guessing it lives in a cave.
Yes. From which it prowls when hungry. By night, when all are asleep, it creeps into villages. Then, of a sudden, breaks open shutters, reaches inside and snatches babes from their cradles so quickly they've not the time to yelp.
Nocturnal, long prehensile arms, intelligent.
Francois claimed he would cut the filth down in a snap, but he's been gone so long. Will you help, sir? I cannot sleep. I fear this worrying will be the death of me.
My reward. Let's talk.
Rarely my wont to turn down a damsel in distress. Even less so when there's a prize involved.
Ah, naturally. Why, you, sir, are no knight-errant, but a guildsman, an expert. How much would you need?
How much would I need? Let's go 345.
A few crowns less, master. A fistful. I beg you, sir.
Oh, all right. 335.
Yes. That amount I am prepared to pay.
Sure, I'll look into it.
Do my damnedest to get your fiancé back safe and sound. Just, mind telling me where to look for him?
I forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They say Gretore has its lair in the caves at the foot of the Gorgon Hills.
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary. Plenty have, but none's returned. My concern is well-founded.
I see. All right. High time I set off.
Bestiary entry added for Gretore. New quest, feet as cold as ice. Find Francois. Any semblance of false modesty aside, I can comfortably contend that my songs of Geralt's deeds are known the world over. The Duchy of Toussaint is no exception. There, my ballads praising our witchers so oft demonstrated valor and honor remain popular to the extreme. So much so that on one occasion it was chiefly thanks to my works that Geralt was offered a contract. A young noble lady, who had learned of the witcher solely from my thoroughly accurate descriptions, picked him out of a crowd and promptly begged him for aid. She was concerned for her fiancé, Francois, who had set out not long past to slay a monster in honor of his betrothed. The monster was known as Gretore, and the lady's beloved had not yet returned. The lady tasked the witcher with learning what had become of the young knight. And we have an entry for it. Gretore, where are you? Happened like this. A nasty rain caught me while I was out in the woods, so I thought to myself, I'll hide in some hollow, for gods forbid I get soaked through and catch a cold at my age. So I crawled into a cave, and there inside, something roars at me. Tore out of there so fast, wind had dried my coat by the time I got home. Velestale Herbalist. No one knows exactly when the spriggan called Grottore first made its home in the caves at the foot of Mount Gorgon. Spriggans usually prefer isolated backwoods and rarely make dens in caverns. Yet Grottore seemed to have taken a liking to grottos, giving rise to its nickname. The monster was quite well known among Beauclair knights, who often talked of it as a potential source of great glory. None were particularly eager to actually engage the monster in combat, however. None, that is, except for the young knight, Francois. So, Dimeridium Bomb, Relict Oil, and Igni for him. Alright, we'll deal with that later. It's over there. So yeah, we'll deal with that later. Let's see. Let's keep looking around.
Come!
Guide to the Vineyards of Toussaint, Volume 2, The Blusher Valley. While in the stunning Duchy of Toussaint, one should not forget to visit Castel Ravello, whose grapes lend their vibrant flavor to wines. Wait, have I seen this? Oh, that's Volume 1. Here's Volume 2. For those who find the wines of the Sans-Ritor Valley too dull, I strongly recommend the lesser-known but still outstanding brands produced in the Blusher Valley. Let us start with the amazing Côte de Blécheur, produced at the Pomerol Vineyard. I particularly recommend the 1260 to 1263 vintages, with their distinctly rich flavor. Looking elsewhere, the nearby Zurbaran Castle offers the dry Castel de Nuif, whereas Nerigus and Sancari, located in the northern parts of Toussaint, specialize in red wines and jointly produce and export the wine known in the north as Toussaint Red. Exquisite rosé wine could once be found at Casteldacchia, but ever since its owner tragically passed away, the vineyard has fallen into decay. Ithlin's Prophecy. Oh, it went away. Alright, I guess we gotta find it. I hate how it doesn't wrap to the bottom. I gotta go all the way down. All the way down. Just a few books. Wait, where is it? Ah, crap, it's not here. Weird. Well, I think it was a purple book, if that helps us in some way. Oh, crap. I should have one of them. Because it showed as new. Maybe it wasn't new? Did it lie to us? Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if we're gonna find it like this, though. Well, I'll go down, and if I don't see it, we'll say screw it. I don't know why it's not showing, though. It's super strange. But I'm pretty sure it was purple. You will find that book again somewhere, probably. But if I can find it now, that'd be ideal. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna find it. Almost to the bottom of the list. Yeah, it's so weird how it didn't show at the bottom. Because all these other ones are recent and they do. So, I don't know. Very strange. Alright, back out here. Can't remember, did I go up here? Well, either way, there was nothing. Ah! Epona Square. We're getting enough guardians here.
And hungry.
Here's Rich.
Locked. So most of these rooms are kind of the same. They're just here for me to steal. Hey Alejandro, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope things are going well for you.
Still
Alright, so I think we made a big old circle if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and we checked this before, right? Yeah.
Good folk, have you seen these prices?
Alright, so we got another quest over here.
Ah, the serendipity. I'm so glad you're back.
Vineyard owner.
Master Witcher, what luck to happen upon you.
Got work for me? New contract?
Of the contract in question, you acquitted yourself beautifully years past on your last sojourn in Beauclair. I was in a bit of a bind at the time, do you remember? Yet I swore a solemn vow to pay you in full one day.
Guess it rings a bell.
Sadly, You went on your way before I could settle matters with you. So, I took your coin and placed it in an account for safekeeping.
What kind of account?
A savings account at Cianfanelli Bank. You need but walk in and withdraw. The sum must be rather substantial by now.
Thanks. Head over there first chance I get.
Huh. Paper
Gotta
chase.
stop by that bank.
Let's see here. Oh, not completed. Where is it? Paper chase. One day, an old acquaintance ran into Geralt and pulled him aside for a chat. He was a vineyard owner for whom Geralt had completed a contract some time ago. The man had been bereft of adequate coin at the time, but determined to compensate Geralt fairly one day, he had set up a savings account in the Witcher's name at the local bank. Now that years' worth of interest had accrued and Geralt had returned to the duchy, he needed only go to the bank and collect his due. Alright, we'll deal with that later. We're still exploring around, picking up quests and just seeing what the city has to offer.
The Duchess summoned him. I wonder what for.
Alright, so we got an armor here. May as well get a boost. Items have been enhanced. Hello.
You need new breeches? Gauntlets, perhaps? What say you, fair knight?
Show me your wares.
What have you got there?
Ooh, he's got a lot of money. Sell him this crap. Take it all. I don't want any of it. Ah, Jesus. Look how fast I drained him. Oh, well. Let's see. What crafting can he do? Can you make Grandmaster? Nope. What do you say we play Gwent? For 50 coin.
Up for a round of Gwent?
You shall face my Nilfgaardian deck. Alright, we got a spy. We got 2 young emissaries. Awesome. We got Olgierd. We got another spy. This is a pretty good draw. I don't even think I want to re-roll. Nope, I'm happy with it. Happy with it. My turn. Send in this dude. Ooh, we got a dragon. Oh, he decoyed. What a jerk. Well, that's why I sent the more expensive one first. Now I'm gonna send him. Oh, and I got a decoy, so when he sends over the spy, I'll decoy it. Alright, then we'll use this dude. Man, Triss is such a terrible card. I don't know why anyone would use it. Let's see. Let me use this dude. Really surprised he's not using the spy. Alright, send in Geralt. A horn, huh? Debating. Could use the dragon and nuke his spy. Could play Siri, but I don't want to commit that much. I don't know, I might play Olgierd. No, he won't give the bonus to anyone, really. Screw it. I'll play the dragon. Yeah. There's a spy. Give me that spy. Give me that spy. Alright, there's the other spy. No big deal. It gives us a lot of points. Play our spy. Alright, he passed. And so do I. Alright, round one goes to me. My turn. Let's play this dude. And we'll send in the spy. We got a dandelion. So does he. Alright, I'll play my dandelion. Can't remember, what's my leader card do again? Anything good? Draw a card from your opponent's discard pile? Oh my god, I'm gonna grab a spy from his discard. I forgot about this. Alright, use my leader card. This is so busted. Alright, play that. Oh, well, I got it. I have to use it on a turn. That's a really strong card. That's kind of ridiculous. Or really strong ability, rather. Oh, and I got a decoy. Oh, this is gross. This is so gross. Alright, decoy is spy. This poor guy. He's putting up the best fight he can. Now I could just pass and totally screw him. But I kind of want to just compete. We should be able to easily win. Yeah, let's just go for it. We'll keep Siri out just in case, actually. So let's go ahead and play Vesemir. And then we'll play Olgierd. Oh, what do we want him? Let's see, those will go 10s each. Those are already 10s. I guess it doesn't. Well. Yeah, he'll be better in melee. Let's go melee. Clear weather, he's running out of options. Oh, and I didn't even see I have a yen. Play this dude. Alright, so he's got 92 points, he's almost done. I'm far from being done. Alright, he passed, so that means I'll play Yin and bring in that dragon. Goodbye, 18 points. And I pretty much already won, but let's see how many points this gives. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. 22 points. Play that, play Siri. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna set a new record here. I might set a new record. I don't remember what my old record was. But we got 183. Domination. Camby. What is that? What is Camby? Oh, weird. What is this thing? When the time comes, the cockerel Camby shall crow and awaken Himdall. Summon Avenger. When this card is removed from the battlefield, it summons a powerful new unit card to take its place. Huh. Wonder how I would remove it. Camby's OP? I could see how that would potentially be the case, but I don't know how to remove it other than... No, I don't know. Unless it just means when the turn ends. And I've got the cow doing the same thing. So I've got 2 of these Summon Avengers, actually. I haven't used my cow. I just put it in that deck because I had nothing else. That's just cruel. Poor guy will burn his deck. Wow, he probably doesn't realize he was like facing the world champion. I will say, if you go strictly by appearance, Geralt doesn't seem like the type that would be like a really good card player. Or even interested in it. Hello there, Trenton.
The best steel in all of Tucson. Take a gander.
Show me your wares.
Show me what you have.
Alright, so what can I sell him? Well, Fury, killed whatever, get rid of that. Get rid of that. You can have this crossbow. And what else will he buy? Let's see. Does he buy junk? That'd be amazing. Oh, maybe he does. Because I would love to unload so much of this. Oh, he doesn't buy it. Useless. Absolutely useless. What about these, though? I guess they are sellable and they are taking up some space. Alright, well, we'll sell these at least. And then these are other. Oh, these are junk. Oh, Dimeridium shackles are junk? I didn't know that. Well, we should probably keep those to disenchant them or whatever. But the yellows, we can break these. Alright. A little bit of space. Farewell.
Farewell.
No, see you later.
So, Ginjals, if I'm saying your name right, how would you use, like, the cow or the bird thing that I just got? Like, does the summon occur at the end of the round, or do you have to somehow remove your cards from play for them to work? Or both? One or the other. It summons powerful card. Okay, so next round. All right. So you're just sort of like delaying. I see. I see. I wonder if there is a way though to remove the card from the battlefield to get that summon quicker. The only thing I can think of is Scorch. Like you can self-Scorch, but they have 0 power, so I think you'd have to do it like before the other person played any creature cards for that to potentially work. Oh, Decoy's a good call as well. I wonder if that would work. You're technically removing it from the battlefield. And then you might even be getting it back. That could be really nasty. Play it, Decoy, get the big summon. And then play it again for the next round. You might be able to do that. It's an interesting idea.
Men and dogs are not to be.
No two ways about it.
Yeah, you've got me curious about that Decoy idea, Barely. It might work. It's just crazy enough to work. You should practice using Skellige deck. I can't. I don't have enough cards yet. As soon as I do, though, I will give it a go. For sure. Alright, let me look at my map again. Oh, there's another quest up there. At the Nilfgaardian Embassy. Is that 2 quests I see? Looks like there might be something there. Yeah, maybe. It's kind of hidden, though. Hard to tell. Oh, no, it's not.
Awaits a challenger. His tongue as devastating as his fists. His riposts bring grown men to tears. Who dares? Who dares?
Oh, we found the fist fighting. We'll do that later, though.
Slow now, let's not do anything rash. Can catch his breath.
Witcher, surely you've techniques you'd care to test and demonstrate.
He looks like a nitwitted Nancy to me. If his tongue's as tight as I think, I'll knock him down with one blow.
You can insult me all you want. I'll come kick your butt later.
I'm knackered.
Let's charge! Take him for a ride! A billion blighted barrels! Right, let's dance! Slow now, let's not do anything.
That's locked.
Where's that coot gone this time?
Oh, I got in. I'm in. so that quest is near here. Maybe in here? Seems like it.
Whose notion of order is this? Why doesn't someone do something?
Is that truly necessary? And our knights, what are they, chopped liver?
It's being stubborn. Talk to him.
What's this about?
The notice, is that it? Are you a witcher, master?
Noises at the cemetery. You the one they bother?
Yes, yes, and I'm alone in that, it seems. That is, no one else has bothered to take any steps, though all must hear the racket. I took the matter up with the ducal guard. They claim they found nothing, but I'm not sure they even bothered to look. What's left for me to do? Should I sniff about the cemetery myself?
Noises occur regularly?
The noises, they pretty regular?
Each night. I live next door. I hear it loud and clear, as if through a horn someone had stuck in my ear. Ah! Hawk! Ooh! Firk! And then whack! Thud! As if a mother bear slammed pate first into a cupboard.
Know exactly what you mean.
How much you offering?
How much will I get for this?
How much would you like?
Oh, geez, not much. 57.
I don't believe I have that amount. What would you say to a festival discount? On account of the, tourney.
54?
Agreed.
Alright. I'll tend to it.
Fine, I'll tend to it. Any victims? Someone go missing recently? Or are we just talking noises?
No one's come to harm, thank the gods. Why? Do you think it might be a monster?
Could be, but doesn't need to, though. Might also be grave robbers, tramps. Remains to be seen.
I can't rightly say what would be worse. Whatever the case, Godspeed, master.
Alright, so that was the Till Death Do You Part. I don't know, we might do that now. Kind of wanted to look around a little bit more. Nah, let's look around some more. We'll do that later. I think I'm right next to the cemetery. He said it was next door. I assume it's right there. Looks like a cemetery to me. Alright, we'll deal with that later. Let's see. So we've been in there. We haven't gone there. There's another bar we've not been to. Alright, so there's still a ton we haven't seen. An absolute ton. Alright, well, let's keep looking around. This place might be as big as Novigrad. Maybe not quite. Novigrad's pretty ridiculous.
I knew a Riv once. He stole my horse.
But I don't know. It's pretty big. Okay. So it's dense, lots to do, yeah. For sure. Alright, so that's the cemetery. Oh, here it is. It's like, how did I get up here? Right there. Alright, those were all books I had. Robbing the rich into poverty. Oh, they'll be fine. Look at these places. They're immaculate. I don't think they'll miss their books and a few pieces of jewelry. They'll be alright. That dress alone would probably care for everyone in Avellan Village for like a year. They'll be alright. Do this. In accordance with Article 161 of the Ducal Code, the Attorney General for the City of Beauclair has designated a reward to be given to whomsoever shall bring before the court one Antoine Stragan, alias Starling, or else provide proof of his passing. Oh. Well, pretty sure I just heard screeching from the cemetery, so it was real.
Criminy, a worrying cough.
Nothing special.
Himself.
The White Wolf himself, in the flesh. Behold greatness.
You shan't turn back a river with a rod. Sit, drink.
Eat, drink, and loosen your belt, for you are in Toussaint.
I like how I just enter these people's houses and they're like, eat, drink, loosen your belt, welcome. I'm like, I'll just take all your stuff, thanks. Appreciate the hospitality, but I'll be taking all of this.
Eat, drink, and loosen your belt.
Alright, so that clearly leads out of town. Looks like it leads to a stables. I'll check that out later. Didn't sound good. I think that's the cemetery sounds they were talking about. Not quite sure how other people aren't hearing that. Seemed pretty loud to me.
son.
A witcher.
Oh, mincemeat.
That Duchess of ours. Have you at least diddled her others?
Alright. Haven't found a new book in a while. I imagine there's at least a few more I haven't seen. But so far, all duplicates.
I'm glad to see her illustrious grace summon such a professional.
Ooh, that's sorry.
Alright, take a look at the map. So we've got a couple of merchants over there. Guess I haven't checked over here, have we? Yeah, we haven't really looked over here. What's that? Oh, I see. His forest table.
Nice tune.
A black pearl. Oh, now I can hear the tune. Couldn't hear it when he said it. Alright, well, we're also getting a lot of these dyes if we want to run around in pink armor or something.
All is in order.
Alright, let's go this way.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
I stock the larder of the Duchessa herself.
Hello, merchant.
Welcome, good sir, to Dupont and Sons Emporium of Diverse Merchandise. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Let me see what's so diverse.
Show me what you got back there.
Hey, Star. Hey, Trikiller Chad. Welcome to the stream. It's got a bunch of portraits. Anyways, let's see. Oh, wow, he's got a lot of money. All right, good. Let's sell him that. He can have the crossbow. And then hopefully he buys junk. I'm just going to unload, like, all my freaking junk. Oh, he does, doesn't he? Oh, wonderful. All right, great. Yeah, let's just... Oh, those candelabrums are not light. Interesting. But yeah, let's just dump all this stuff. I think you can take it all. This is gonna add up. Cool. I've been waiting for a merchant like this that can actually take my stuff. This is great. Plans to platinum TW3? You mean The Witcher 3? I platinum every game I start, so if that's what you meant, yeah. Of course. Unless TW3 means something else, I can't think of another game that would apply to. Alright, and then we just have the books. Well, I guess we'll sell them this more expensive junk too. You have all my drugs. Oh, these are heavy. Oh wow, I barely made a dent in this dude's capacity. My god. Crazy. Better to dismantle the jewelries? I mean, for what? I haven't needed any of these supplies at all. Why are these called master items, though? Makes me a little hesitant. Either way, I haven't needed this stuff, so I'll keep some of it, I suppose, just in case. Something light, though. Maybe we'll keep those silver-plated wine bottles. Well, we'll keep the other. Wow. Just in case, we'll keep the rest of this. Alright, cool. Gwent, fancy a game? I'll bet you 50.
Instead of chatting, why not a quick game of Gwent?
Shan't find anything better in all Toussaint.
Alright, we'll go with Scoia'tael. Haven't used them in a while. Scoia'tael lets me pick. He goes first. Alright, decoy. Scorch, biting frost, rain, clear weather. Oof, not a whole lot of power here. Let's see. We'll go ahead and clear. Reroll clear weather. Yen, that'll help. And we'll also reroll. Let's see, he's playing monsters, so I don't need a rain. Oh, there we go. Got a spy. Perfect. He's got a frightener. I'll play my spy. A fog? That's useless. Well, let's go ahead and play. How do I want to do this? Let's go ahead and play him. He's coming out strong. I've got the frost though. I might just slow play him a little bit here. Although, can I? Got a decoy. We'll play one more. Let's play this one. Alright, he's in a lot of trouble because I'm gonna frost him. Boom. Alright, so 12 to 12. Play the dragon. Yeah, he's got all melee. I don't even know why he played that. That was a terrible idea. Unfortunately, I need just a little bit more. I guess I could just scorch them all down, but that seems like a waste. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna play her. So I got a better option. I don't really. Alright, we'll play her. Well, that was rude. Well, in that case, I guess we'll play this one. Well, that doesn't help them. Oh, it did tie it. Dang it. Well, they've only got 2 cards left. Could just Scourge. Yeah, let's just Scourge. I don't know what else they're gonna do. And I don't want to play another card. Although I guess I could play her. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's play her. And we'll bring this guy back out. And that'll be good. They really want this first round, don't they? Well, in that case, I guess I'll just decoy her out and play her again. Get the other dude out. Are you gonna play your last card? Nope, he's gonna pass. Alright. That works for me. I win the game. Alright, so they keep the vampire out. That's fine. No big deal. Play Siri. Their one card. What is it? Oh, it's a yen. Alright, well that makes things a little more interesting. They get the dragon. That's still not going to be enough. Still not gonna be enough. Just Scorch now. Yin! You! And just for funsies, we'll play the leader card and Commander's Horn. We win! Alright, so that gets us Clan Demon Pirate. We're getting closer to having a Skellige deck. Ooh, what's that? Oh, he has Scorch. Kills the strongest. Oh, it's not even limited to a row. It's just any. Clan Demon Pirate can see the fear in their eyes. Fear of me. Fear of Clan Demon. Alright, definitely want him in the deck. That's pretty awesome. Freaking Scorch with 6 power? That's amazing. Alright, so we just need 2 more unit cards and then we have a Skellige deck. We're close. We are close. Alrighty, well, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night right here. I was thinking that we were gonna see more of the city, but we're slow going. There's still a lot to see. Although I guess there's not that much. It kind of gets more rural over there. So we saw at least half. Yeah, we saw a lot of it. Well, I guess it kind of does go all the way down to those docks. But either way, let me go ahead and save. Take that slot right there. Alrighty, so streams next week. We're gonna be doing Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. So Tuesday, I'm actually gonna be playing the. We're gonna go ahead and play the Expanse and get the platinum on that. So I think that'll be my 66th platinum. Let me check. I think I got 65 recently. Let's see. Yep. So we'll get our 66th platinum on Tuesday with the Expanse. Friday, we'll be playing Resident Evil 4. And then Sunday, we'll be back here on The Witcher 3. Thank you all for coming. Hope you had fun. And I will see you all next time.